Oh, I'm getting in a lot of trouble again today. I'm in the process of working on getting some new internet because the internet that I have right now kind of sucks. It's like small town internet, and we got new fiber optic internet coming in. We're just waiting for that to get done. And then I'm gonna start live streaming this show, hopefully. If at the very least, I'm gonna start live streaming gameplay, but I want to live stream this entire show that I'm doing. And I might change the name. I might change the name again. This is like the 4th show that I've done that I just eventually stop doing the shows and just keep doing the reaction content. But YouTube's making some changes, so I'm making some changes. I'm always changing, man. I never stay to like one specific thing because you got to keep flowing. You got to keep changing as it goes, as you find out new information, as things around us change. Culture is changing, so I might as well, you know, change up everything that I'm doing, which is what I've done the entire time I've been on YouTube. And something seems to be kind of working right now, at least. And I'm going to be posting to more and more platforms because I just don't trust any of the platforms to not collapse or to not ban me. So, well, there's that. That was quite an intro, right? Let's just jump into the show. I'm afraid of women. Are men okay? No, I'm not okay. But I'm also not afraid of women. That sucks if you are, man. I would just rather wait for a woman. I'm not going out to date or nothing because women do be crazy out there. There's a lot of fish in the sea, but there's also a lot of sharks and a lot of crocodiles whenever you get up close to the beach. Or when you get into spillways. Fuck that. Fuck all that nonsense. Alright. Chew on head. Tell me what's what. Why are men afraid of women? What's going on?
You better leave a comment.
Hello again, friends, and happy Halloween.
Hello!
This Halloween,
How about we not talk about Halloween, please?
I've decided to dress up as the scariest possible thing to my audience.
Like, nobody actually cares about Halloween. At this point, it's just a meme.
A woman. As the OG YouTube pick-me, I have made many videos dunking on bad female behavior, ranging from terrible things like the creepy female teacher epidemic, to more silly things like women posting their L's in my Are Women Okay video. The video where I read embarrassing stories women willingly put on the internet about themselves. And that video has sort of become a fan favorite. So I've gotten many requests from you guys to
I think that might be one of my most viewed videos, actually, is me reacting to that video.
Do a male version of that video. But the issue I found is the male version just doesn't exist. No, I'm not joking. I looked everywhere for the male equivalent, but it turns out, unlike women, men don't like to post embarrassing stories about themselves. Women will be out here openly talking about
Like, why women want to embarrass themselves constantly?
the time they got a yeast infection from the homeless man behind a Denny's, but a man won't even post about the time he said "you too" when a waitress said "enjoy your food." They take that shit to the grave. At least that's what I thought. Until I visited a dark, forbidden corner of the internet. I used a VPN, I changed my IP address, I went incognito mode, and I visited reddit.com. And I found one of the funniest and most—
Dude, I haven't been on Reddit in so long. Maybe I should. Maybe I should hop on there and like make a subreddit or something. I doubt anybody would actually show up to it, and if they did, it would probably just be a bunch of haters. Because that seems to be most of the comments that I get. Fight back against the haters. Leave me a comment telling me how much you love me and how awesome I am. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. Actually do that.
Depressing communities I have ever come across in all my years doing this. It's true, folks. I may have found the one place on the internet where men are posting their L's. Lord knows it's hard to be a man today, you know? Like, I couldn't imagine. You're told to be nice, but not too nice.
Yeah, really the only L's that I have is like, I treated my ex-girlfriend very poorly because I lied to her all the time and I was never home and I was very distant.
Confident, but not too confident. 6 foot, 6 pack, 6 figures, have a perfect beard or a perfectly clean-shaven face. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Before we dive into this video, let's quickly give a shout out to today's sponsor, Henson Shaving.
Hey.
Most razors force people into these weird workarounds.
I have a razor like that. I don't use it, obviously.
Sounds like salt unit and they making them not open in the 13th National Speed Plane. The shaves have just a need to replace are the Blend Be Spending offers your stuff and 100.
I didn't skip
and as
the ad.
always, thank you, the viewer, for not skipping
No,
the ad.
I didn't skip the
Now let's
ad.
get back to the video.
At
Are
least
men okay?
I skipped
No.
most of it.
No, they are not. We
No,
have
I'm
gone
not.
over this many times and more.
I feel like I'm going insane because the internet has gone insane. But I feel good.
Serious videos. Modern men are going through a lot, and for a long time there was nowhere for them to vent. Can't vent to your friends because that's gay. Can't vent to your girlfriend because that's gay. Can't vent to a therapist because that's gay.
But you can vent to Jesus Christ, the Lord and Savior.
Everything is gay, except of course gay sex, which we all know is only gay if the balls touch. So what is a man to do? Where is a man to go? Reddit, of course. r/kitchen cells. To be exact. Kitchen Cells is a Reddit page where, quote, incels go to vent their frustrations with the world, as well as show off the food they are consuming at the moment. Now, for those of you who don't know what an incel is a involuntary celibate. Somebody who, for...
And I am close to that, but I am a voluntary celibate because if I wasn't, then I would end up getting a goth stripper with a mullet pregnant.
Whatever reason, cannot get laid or get a girlfriend. And for the people watching this, a girlfriend is a girl that is your friend, who you love. Like that little anime girl you watch in the corner of your screen, except she loves you back. So let's dive into this. Let's see what Reddit is cooking. Failed my f***ing driver's test today. I'm 26 years old, I can't hold a job, I can't get laid, I can't even drive. I don't deserve flavors. I dropped my salad. I fail at everything I do. I'll never amount to anything. I'm a perverted incel freak with weirdly long toes. Classmates said I have school shooter vibes. Bowl of sludge. What am I looking at? Is this—
Well, that might be your problem right there. You need to maybe work on yourself a little more. I can already see it now that there's a bunch of weird incel men validating each other on here. Like, actually, no, you're an awesome person. Like, no, you're not, bro. Fix yourself.
Is your classmate? Holy shit, maybe they were right. Resident Evil ass meal. I asked my high school
Right?
biology teacher out on a date the day I turned 18 via her Steam account. She blocked me. This guy somehow managed to find the one female teacher that did not want to groom their male student. Incredible. Chicken looks good though. 7 out of 10. Asked a girl out and she started laughing. Aw, that's just a learning experience, dude. Got super hard. Rice. Oh. 5'10", rice looks good. The only girlfriend I've had was on an online game when I was 11. I'm gonna hold your hand when I tell you this. That was a man. That was a 45-year-old man. Made this cake to celebrate 6 months on heroin. No woman could love a creature like me, but this feels great anyways. I only haven't ended my life because I don't want to make—
What's with all the good food? I guess men are really good at cooking food, or maybe they just have a lot of time on their hands. Look at that floor, though. Looks like my floor.
make any women happy. My obsession with an anime—
That is the floor of a single man.
girl prevents me from talking to 3D women. Every night before going to sleep, I watch a
Those are some pretty good looking fries, though.
video of her kissing the camera, and it is almost always the highlight of my day. May I know which one it is? Sue from Monster Musume. You know what? After the last video I did, I can't even judge this. Like, at least it's human looking. The bar is in hell. I have a huge crush on a coworker. I was talking at her about fishing, and I jokingly said I could buy her one of those toy Barbie fishing
Man, I could go for a McChicken right now.
rods and teach her how to catch a fish.
Is that the point of this subreddit?
She said, I don't think I'd be interested in that, in the most disgusted tone of voice I've ever heard a human muster. I like how he said talking at her. Not with her, not talking with her, talking at her. Women love when you talk at them. Just corner them and start yapping about World War I or like Warhammer.
Yeah!
They f***ing love that shit.
Yes.
Just get right up in their face and explain to them the entire plot of Lord of
Oh,
the Rings.
that sounds great.
That's how you get them. My mom's
yeah.
new boyfriend is younger than me. Oh no.
That's my move. I've been single for a long time.
Oh, his mom is being hag-maxed. She's 52, I'm 23, he's 21. He could literally be my brother. What the f*** do they even talk about? Oh, don't worry about it, bro. They're not doing much talking. I wish a tomboy could just casually kidnap me and drag me into a room. Pasta cereal. I feel like tomboys are like an endangered species. What the f*** is that? Forget tomboys, you need to be kidnapped by the feds. You need—
Dude, that looks like some Mormon shit right there.
to be exiled away from society for what you did to that pasta. My ancestors are weeping. The last time I met anyone was when I went to the psych ward a few years ago, where I got a crush on the first girl who ever showed me any interest. She ghosted me. Just my stupid Chungus life. Okay, honestly, good. Do not get with the f***ing girl you met at the psych ward, okay? None of this Harley Quinn Joker bullshit. You can't fix her. She can't fix you. No, no, no. Next. Today I found out the woman I have been pursuing is a lesbian. Burger meat hot dogs for me and my father, who hates me. Okay, 1, that is doo-doo. That is poop from a butt. And 2, it is not over. It's not over. There's still one way you can date her. Put this on. I don't deserve love. Segregated Tic Tacs. I have an eating disorder, gay, so I almost never actually cook. I'm eating plain strawberry yogurt out of a dog bowl this morning. My lonely puppy life.
What the fuck is wrong with people, man? Dude, like, what? Okay, maybe I was wrong. Maybe there actually is inherently something wrong with the men. Or maybe in the past these men were weak, so they didn't survive, and we've got this safety net so everybody can survive. I don't know, man. We need to do something about this.
Yesterday my scrambled eggs were oversalted. This morning they were undersalted. I have to kill myself. Wait, if the eggs are undersalted, can't you just put more salt on them? Wait, don't kill yourself. Just add more salt. Off to a VTuber burping compilation, and now I'm having the only meal I know how to make. Where the f did it all go wrong?
That's what I'm wondering, man. What the fuck?
That is disgusting, bro. Which VTuber? Which one? Which one so I know to avoid that channel? A female coworker complimented me on my shirt, and I began to stutter.
Hey, that sauce is good though. That's some good sauce. That's probably the best stuff you can get on Amazon.
Trying to say thanks. This guy will remember that for the rest of his f***ing life. Men will be 85 years old on their deathbed, surrounded by their family, remembering the time some random woman complimented his Metallica shirt 45 years ago. Ladies, you want to make a random man's life?
Yeah, you'll be sitting there taking a shit and you'll be like, ah, that was some good times, wasn't it?
Compliment his shirt. Just make sure it's not one of those like Ahiago anime shirts though.
My brother has one of those, but he's got a girlfriend, so he can kind of just do whatever he wants.
That was a weird era. I licked this canned tuna to imagine what it feels like to eat pussy. It doesn't taste like that or have that texture though. Put 5 pennies in your mouth, cut a hot dog down the middle, and then lick that. Probably closer. And here I am thinking
I mean, that's a pretty accurate description.
The guy who licks a can of tuna pretending it was a pussy was rock bottom. What the f am I reading? Why can't you just buy
have you ever tasted a pussy?
Fleshlight or something like a normal person? The smell and the flavor are important factors here. Stop.
Yep,
if it smells and tastes like tuna.
Like, how would they know? Actually, how would they know? These are a bunch of incels. They don't know.
Something is wrong. She has an infection. Suppose a girl has blocked you on every platform, but you know her address. For the past year, you've been sending her 1 GIF each month, each one bigger than the last. Sometimes you include a note. She's never responded, but you know she's receiving them. How would you proceed? You don't. You don't proceed. None of these people at this party know I beat it to Giantess Vor animations. Maybe. But now the whole internet does. I love the people in the comments like, my man. It is just actually insane. Like,
right?
These people walk amongst us.
Yeah.
Like, the guy in front of you
A shot of beer is crazy, though.
in line at the bank might have a being eaten alive fetish. Who knows? An acquaintance I have is talking with his girlfriend.
What the fuck is that? What is that? Is that supposed to be like bread?
And 4 of her friends
Like
40 feet
pizza?
away from me. He said, statistically, one of the 10 guys in this room is a racist. They all looked at me. Funfetti pizza. I was talking to a girl who thought I was Latino.
You should have owned it. You really should have owned it. I bet he felt so embarrassed. I would have just been like, yeah, pretty much.
When I told her I'm Indian, she almost gagged. Woke up this Sunday morning.
Guilty. Oh
I'm
man,
still
that'd be fucked.
5'9". Okay, 5'9" is not f***ing short. What the hell happened?
Right, am I 5'11"? I don't even know how tall I am. I think I'm 5'11".
The dating apps done to men. Women on dating apps have just like destroyed the male psyche. Like dudes now believe if you're not 6'3", it's over. Didn't they just implement like a height filter on like Bumble or one of those apps or something? That is insane. Could you imagine they did a weight filter? Could you imagine?
Dude, and it doesn't even matter. I have a friend who's literally 5 feet tall, and he's got a wife and a kid now, and he was getting laid all the time before that. Like, it does not matter.
Imagine no women under 170 pounds. Could you fucking imagine? They would never. They would never. Paid for nudes for the first time. They weren't great nudes, but I kept paying because she talked to me. Spinning glizzy. She talked to you, huh? Are you sure about that? Are you?
Yeah, I know a bunch of girls that do this. That they like take money just to talk to creepy, gross men, and like more money to send nudes. It's so gross. I was talking to a girl, not talking, I was, talking, literally, I was just talking to a girl who does that kind of thing, and that's how she makes her money, and I'm just like, what the fuck? You're missing front teeth? And you're fat? Like, I don't get it.
You sure you were talking to Pewdiepie Kitten 69 and not f***ing Kamal from Pakistan? Because apparently, that's the thing. Apparently OnlyFans girls hire agencies in like India and Pakistan to like talk to their simps for them. I masturbate to girls until I am tired of them, so I won't have to approach them and then get rejected. Is this why the birth rate is so low? See, I was under the impression
No, we don't want these people mating. We do not need them breeding.
it was because the economy and because gender relations are so terrible in this country and like women want a career and they're on birth control, blah 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 blah, but I don't know. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe there's just millions of this guy. Or maybe this is just Reddit. I can only get off to femboy hentai now. Corn on the cob, no salt, no butter, no nothing. This is the closest I can get to the feeling of eating out a girl's Oh, that's
oh man, I feel like most of these are just jokes, because that sounds like something that I would post.
That's not. You know what? Maybe it is. I don't know. My cat was sitting on my lap.
Yeah, thinking about that. Okay.
And I had to make him move because I started to get hard when I saw a gif of Candace Owens. I was watching a not safe for work
Dude, that's when you know you're down bad, when you think that Candace Owens is hot.
Video with that one French girl and coomed just when the
She literally looks like Admiral Akbar to me.
camera randomly zoomed in 4K HD on a guy's face, so I busted a load to a guy. Felt a little bit cucked and gay and cried a little bit. You could have looked away.
You got a point there, but man, I know that feeling. I know that feeling, and you're just like, oh, come on!
But you didn't. Did you? My body is permanently deformed and crippled by decades of compulsive, joyless masturbation. Everyone who sees me can tell instantly. Saw a female's body in the cheese and had to jerk off before finishing the plate. Microwaved cheese lasagna.
I see it! I see it! She kinda chunky.
Okay, so I'm just gonna pretend I didn't read the first part. What the f*** is that? That is not lasagna. That is an
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. I was just looking at the top cheese.
abomination. Jerked off to a VTuber crying compilation and the hardest I've ever in my life. I used to be a track star in high school and both my parents always loved me. How did I fall so far? It's actually so crazy how like, you can do everything right as a parent. You could just be like a
Wait. Oh, we're not gonna talk about that mac and cheese. I mean, that was fucking crazy.
great, responsible parent.
Dude, people need to stop doing crazy shit with pasta. If you're gonna do that kind of shit, just don't eat pasta. Like, that should be illegal.
And raise your kid right. And then one day on your son's like 13th birthday, you gift him his own computer. And then in a few years, he's masturbating to anime girls crying and posting about it on Reddit. Tofu broke apart just like my life. Yesterday, for the first time in my life, I looked for and watched cuck porn on purpose, then cried. I have a micropenis. All porn is cuck porn. You're sitting
True. Based.
in a chair watching two people fuck. You might as well be sitting in a chair in the corner of a hotel room watching two people fuck on a bed. What's the difference? Porn is basically virtual cucking. Tried to jack
Yeah,
off
it's
today,
true.
but all the porn was so bad
I never thought about it before.
just turned my phone off and cried myself to sleep. Okay, the reason why you think the porn is boring is because you are so completely desensitized from seeing it all the time. Like 40 years ago, dudes were jerking it to like the Sears catalog underwear ads. And now the most insane, depraved you could ever fucking imagine is only like a few clicks away. Like,
Actually, well, the most depraved shit that you could find was in the back of a video store. That's actually where people would go. And my grandma ran a video store back in the day, and there was a preacher that would constantly come in, like 2, 3, sometimes 4 times a week, and would go to the back room, if you know what I mean. That's crazy.
just don't think humans were meant to live that way. Like, I don't think humans were meant to see sissy hypno inflation compilations every second of the day, you know? Whenever I masturbate, I leave my cum sitting in my underwear. We can smell it, by the way. We can smell the cum. Women especially can tell if you have recently masturbated. You ladies know what I'm talking about. Like, you go up to a guy and, like, you can just tell. Like, you can smell it. If you're a guy and you're like, wait, is she joking? Is she being serious? Don't worry about it. Last night I jerked off and my goopy steam
I don't have to worry about it. Hashtag stop gooning.
of
I
a
took it to
load
heart.
landed on my Xbox and fell into the ventilation of the console, and it turned me on so much I sprayed the console with 9 sprays of my mom's perfume and masturbated to the stench, and now it won't start. Breakfast to start the day. Why?
What the fuck?
Why? I've had this
That didn't
crush for
happen.
3 years, and I want to screenshot and print some of her photos on Instagram to pee on them, but I can't even afford a printer, so I just wrote her name on a piece of paper and drowned it in my piss. I'm just a stupid pee cell.
What the fuck is wrong with people, man? Like, I don't think that actually happened. I don't think, like, most of this stuff, at least half of it, does not happen, and they're just making gross jokes.
Why? I hate how the one time she wants to pop a titty for the gram is when she's breastfeeding. Got me using AI just to remove her baby from the pic.
What the
Save
fuck,
the earth
man?
and post them titties uncensored. Plump and full of milk. This video is turning me
Just go somewhere else. There's plenty of titties in the sea.
into a fucking misandrist. This video is turning me into a femcel. I can't do this anymore. I'm dyeing my hair blue, I'm getting a nose ring, I'm growing out my armpit hair. The girl I like was wearing
Me too,
flip-flops
man.
and gym shorts at uni
I'm gonna start braiding my armpit hair.
yesterday, sitting on the floor with her legs open. I went home and jerked off 6 times in a row thinking about her feet and her butt. Woke up today, went to pee, and noticed that a chunk of
It does. What does that say? Her butt. What? Her butt cheeks? Is that?
skin on the back of my dick is coming off. That's it! That's it! Men need to be born into prison and then earn their way out. There's probably something terribly wrong with my colon. I've been told to seek medical advice ASAP for several months, but it will probably figure itself out one way or another. Well, you should probably go to the doctor if you don't want something bad. I wish older women would pee on me. Oh. God, the men you have sent to protect us are on Reddit fantasizing about getting pissed on. Discovered cartoon pornography at the age of 8 and life sucks since then. My mom caught me dry humping my torn mattress to some AI porn and hasn't looked at me in the eyes since. I haven't even touched a girl intimately yet, and I've lived half my life. I'm 39.
What? There wasn't AI good enough for that back in the day, was there? That's literally 31 years ago. That was like in the fucking 90s. This isn't real. This one is definitely not real. What the fuck are you eating, bro? That looks like something you'd eat in the military.
Okay, first of all, bro is fart maxing. Second of all, men, you really gotta stop the porn. You gotta stop it, or like just way less of it. It's not good for you. Listen, I used to be super pro porn a few years ago. Not anymore.
Yeah, shit got real weird real fast.
It's gotten so bad, especially after COVID. I feel like it got so much worse. I feel like
Oh yeah.
addiction
Like people weren't even talking about it on the internet, but now it's everywhere, man.
just kind of exploded in the past few years. In women too, as we have previously discussed. Like, sure, everything is fine in moderation, blah blah blah, but I feel like there's just like no moderation anymore. I feel like fucking everyone is just a gooner. And it's
Oh no, there is moderation, but it's Reddit moderation.
making everybody depressed. We're just
Everywhere.
like
Reddit and
a
Discord.
society running on like perpetual post-nut depression. Afraid to talk to women at work in case they allegation max. Just friendliness max and LARP as a normapilled creepiness minimizer. I asked a girl out at work and she reported me to HR. I think I'm gonna lose my job. See, this is sad. Like, back in the day, it was totally acceptable to flirt with your coworker, ask her on a date, whatever. Like, so many people's parents met because they worked together, because they were coworkers and they flirted and they hung out and stuff. And now it's like not socially acceptable at all to do that. HR culture has ruined the relationship between men and women in the workplace. Fuck HR, go talk to your crush. I got called into HR because apparently—
Also, fuck your job, man. If when it comes to the rest of your life, if you're wanting to go talk to a girl, fuck that job. Take that chance.
it's not okay to jokingly ask my coworker if I can gargle her period. Oh, what the f— Okay, never mind. Never mind, don't do that, don't do that. No more talking to women at work. No more talking to women at work. No more talking to women
it is a good idea.
in general. Total ban on talking to women until we figure out what the hell is going on. Downloaded Tinder and got 2 matches in 5 days. F my stupid, ugly life. Okay, from what I know from like men who use the apps that I've talked to, that's actually really good. Oh my god, they're all so mad at him in the replies. You get a match in less than a week and you complain? Stop humble bragging. I've gotten 0 matches in 3 months.
Damn.
2 matches in 5 days.
I've never got a match because I've never used one of those apps because that shit disgusts me.
Why are you even here? My culture is not your costume. Fake cell. Go outside and get your life together. A true cell gets 0 matches. That's 2 people. How many do you need to be satisfied? Mods, take his balls away. 2 matches? Head on over to Kitchen Chads. Oh god, what is Kitchen Chads? Hold on. Kitchen Chads. It's real. Oh my god. I love cooking for my girlfriend with the money I make from my job. Made some ratatouille because I like the movie. Might go for a run later. I have had sex before. This is like the Krusty Krab across the street from the chum bucket. This is evil. This is diabolical. Man. Okay.
Diabolical.
Let's go back to kitchen cells. We're done here.
No, go back. No, I want to see the actual cool stuff.
Woman in months. Months? Fake cell. Try 25 years. Boo, fake cell. Fake cell spotted. Went to the drugstore.
Why are you making it a meme? What? I guess it's cool to embrace it. Embrace what you are.
And the girl cashier was nice to me. Started stuttering, so she kinda giggled at me, so I left immediately. Felt so humiliated I couldn't stop myself to get home and masturbate to the idea of her suffering. Masturbating to the idea of her suffering. Incredible. This is some classic incel shit. I like how there's just like a bunch of people in the comments like, dude, what the fuck? Bro, get some help. Fake cells when a real incel pulls up. A girl I know has recently added me to her close friend stories. Well, today she posted a poll asking what color she should paint her toenails, and apparently my answer was, quote, too specific. I'm no longer in her close friends list. I once walked up to a woman I went to school with since middle school at a bar, before I could even finish saying hello and asking how
What the fuck is going on with this? What is this I'm looking at? It looks like strawberries and nuts.
She was. A guy put himself between us and asked her if she knew me. She said no. I'm pretty sure they're married now. 22, no driver's license, no post-high school education, never had a job, never kissed a woman, and have horrible social anxiety. Flying bundle of bananas for dinner.
And have horrible social anxiety. Get over it! Get over it! Be anxious. Show that anxiety. You gotta work it. You gotta work on it. It's like a muscle. So you can freak people out better.
I'm Albanian. F you. I'm half Jewish, half Indian. It was over at birth. You didn't have to tell us the half Jewish part. We could tell by the circumcised avocado. 5'3". Finally got the confidence to walk up to a girl at a bar and she bent down and asked me.
Okay, this one is the lighting. 1000% this is the lighting. If you change the lighting, this would actually probably look good, but also that pan is fucking disgusting.
Where my parents are. Oh no. Judging,
what
she
did that
bent
say?
down and asked me where my parents are.
5'3", finally got the confidence. Oh no. Oh no.
Judging by what we have seen around this subreddit, some guys would be totally into that. Some men are drowning, while others die of thirst. I should clean my bathroom, but without the drain flies, I have nobody left to keep me company. Asmongold, is that you? You don't just—
I don't think Asmongold would be eating flan.
have your drain flies. Look, you have a little ant friend too. See? It's not all bad. Made peach cobbler. I have a date tomorrow. Maybe my femcel gay life is over. A woman going on to a incel subreddit talking about how she has a date tomorrow.
Yeah, I guarantee you that she is disgusting, smelly, and fat, and she still managed to get a date.
This is just evil. This is just like eating a 5-course meal in front of a starving African child. What are you doing, bitch? I'm a femcel loser who can't talk to people and spends all her time playing games. Guy I had a crush on
Sounds perfect to me.
from high school told me he wasn't interested in a relationship, but I think he's lying and didn't want to tell me he's not interested because I'm fat, chopped, and broke. F my fucking loser virgin life. I'm about to turn 25 and I'm still a virgin. I feel like it's too late now. Everyone knows more about intimacy than I ever could, and no one will ever want an unattractive, inexperienced femcel. I'm just a lonely virgin femcel gamer. Bro, why are there women in this incel community? They're like f***ing locusts. They come in, they gentrify everything.
They're so
Sports,
fake.
politics, board games, video games. Now the incel community, the hating women club is being invaded by women, is not—
I think they're just trying to find themselves an incel to get with and marry, so they can be disgusting together. What do you call it? Rotting together? I don't fucking know. Oh, suffering together. That's it.
nothing sacred. There's no such thing as a female incel, okay? There's no such thing
Don't look up suffering together. I'm telling you, don't do it.
as a heterosexual
You should do it. Oh, it's disgusting.
female incel. Dating and finding a relationship, different. But any man would f you. It doesn't matter how fat, how socially awkward, how ugly. Men f couches. Men f rotisserie chickens. You can find a man who will f you. All
And they'll fuck a warm apple pie.
female incels are volcels. That is my hot take. I know I'm a fake cell, but I truly wish I was a true cell. The only woman who truly loved me for who I am is gone from this world, and I'm the only one to blame. I wish I was a true cell so I didn't know what true love felt like.
What'd you do? Did you kill her? What the fuck?
Sometimes when I cook, I like to imagine I'm cooking for a loving partner who's excited for me to join them at the table, but then I turn around and nobody's there,
Why would you do that to yourself? This is fake.
and a little part of me dies inside. Every night I go to sleep thinking about kissing a girl just once. Another man's child has the eyes of the woman I love. She's better off without me, and soon enough she'll forget the color of
Dude, that steak is perfect, though. I don't know. That steak, those fries, what was that, spinach? Ooh. Ooh.
my eyes and the way we laugh together, while I'll be trapped in those memories forever. I like how in the women posting L's video, it was like, I got drunk and peed on my date, teehee, and the men posting L's video, it's like, I want to myself. Like, this shit isn't even funny. I don't even know what to say to this. This
It is pretty funny. That's the point of it being there, I think.
is just depressing. Black bean chili. Mom would hit me until I stopped crying as a kid, and now I'm an emotional wreck to any girl I talk to. Oh god, I'm so sorry. I need a girl to beat me like my mom did. Oh. A Freud cell. I've given up on getting women. My goal now is to get as fat as possible. A friend of mine said I look like a serial killer.
Dude, I wish I could get fat. I try, and I try. I just poop more, and I just feel worse.
But not a hot one. What's up with women in the serial shit? Okay, for all my weird
Like, dude, I eat so much. I eat so bad. I eat worse than Asmongold, probably. And, like, look at this shit, man. Look how skinny I am. This is bad. Like, I can't even get fat. I've tried.
flaws, at least I do not have a serial fetish, okay? That is one I do not have. I can't stop having homosexual fantasies about me and my classmate, and I wake up with a boner every morning. The cold showers are not fun. I'm not gay, but imagining how slim his legs are makes me feel hot. I'm not gay, but I keep fantasizing about how soft and smooth bro's legs are. I was
Dude, that's gay. That's super gay.
in the bathroom trying to eat a banana when two guys walked in and I could hear them kissing. I squashed my banana in anger because of the jealousy I felt, and to make matters worse, I think I grabbed the wrong kind of banana. Haha, I just accidentally squeezed my dick to the sound of two men kissing. I cook so often for my roommate that I've started to feel like his boy wife. Maybe in another life I was his gatherer trad wife and he was my Chad Hunter husband.
What the fuck
Is
is
it time to
going
start
on?
femboy maxing?
This is what happens whenever you get into sissy hypno.
Sometimes I have inappropriate thoughts about other men and I hit
I wish I didn't know what that was.
myself in the head repeatedly. Men out here fighting demons, and the demons is bisexuality. Listen, it's 2025. Nobody gives a shit if you're gay anymore. That's basically like being straight nowadays in the world of.
No, I'm from the South and like in the Midwest, so no, gay is still bad. I mean, I'm not saying that if you're gay it's bad. I'm saying that if your friend is gay it's bad.
Demisexual gender goblins or whatever the fuck. You're good, bro. Just don't be a furry. Went on Grindr to see if I was lovable and they rejected me. You were rejected on Grindr? That's impossible. Dudes will literally hit up someone on Grindr before the person even has a profile picture. They'll just like get in the DMs like, hey, wanna bang? I swear to God, talk to any gay male friend of yours. They will say the same. The gay male community is what all of human sexuality would look like if women were not the gatekeepers of sex. And it's horrifying. I've said before that hookup culture is basically straight people culturally appropriating gay culture, and it's been a complete disaster for society. 18 male.
True.
I haven't seen my friends in months, and all I do with my time is work at my job. Welcome to being an adult, unfortunately. Welcome to the next 45 years of your life.
Woo!
I love the people in the comments like,
Love it.
imagine
Let's
having
go.
a job. You have friends? This guy is doing better than like 90% of this subreddit.
Dude, fuck a job. Fuck a job. I mean, obviously work a job if you got nothing else going. Like, don't just bed rot and be poor and depressed forever. Like, no. You gotta find some farm work, you gotta find a community, you gotta find things to do, man, and like actually do a passion, work on something. Like, that's what I do here. I've got the YouTubes that I started making no money while I was working a job, and then when YouTube started making money, I quit the job and moved into a farm community. And now I just do that.
And he's only 18. It's never been less over for someone. I'm only 16 and I've already wasted my entire life. I'm gonna turn 18 in a few days. I'm below average in everything. If you're 17 years old, you are basically a child. You are a baby. What are you doing on the incel subreddit? All these people like, oh, I'm 16, oh, I'm 17. Is it over for me? This was me at 16, okay? Quoting Invader Zim, going on newgrounds.com, and now look at me. You know, on second thought,
Yeah, you got a problem with Invader Zim? I got Zim hanging out with me right there. I got him put in a box though, he's in prison.
I am exactly where someone like that would end up, aren't I? Never mind. What I'm trying to say is, it's not over, okay? It's never over, but it's especially not over when you are that young. It's not like you're 36 or something. A pretty girl sat next to me on the bus and I leaked a bit of pre-com.
At least I ain't 36. What the fuck?
I'm 36. Oh. Sorry. Spent my last $10 on OnlyFans. Here's my dinner. Why would you spend money on some stupid whore when you could spend money on a different stupid whore? Me. I won't get naked or talk to you, but you can support me on Patreon. All patrons get the uncensored version of every video.
That was a good
so you can hear
segue.
me say, f shit, piss, bitch. Link down below. Much smarter way to waste your money, if I do say so myself. Anyway, obviously many of these people are being silly, they're being tongue-in-cheek. Real actual incels probably don't hang out much on Reddit. They're not out here posting shit like this.
No, they're actually on Discord and X.
I just thought this was funny and
Yeah, you should follow me on X. Same name, everything.
goofy. That has been my whole channel. I find something funny, I bring it to you. I'm like a cat bringing its owner a dead mouse as a gift. Here you go. What is your biggest L? Maybe I'll make another video like this where—
Dude, I don't even know. I don't even know what my biggest L would be. Probably that I had a girlfriend for 10 years and I completely fucked it up. Well, it wasn't just me. I blame it on myself. It was her too. We were both fucking insane. But like, there could have been things that I could have done to turn that shit around, but I didn't.
I just read Chew on Head's audience posting their L's. But I will see you guys very soon with a new video.
Yep. See you in a month. Hashtag stop gooning. Your life would be so much better. Find Christ. He's waiting for you, man. He loves you. So there's a gambling epidemic. Lot of bad stuff going on. It's been going on for a while, man. Coffeezilla is here to expose it. Let's get right into it, man. By the way, there's a bunch of Logan Paul news. I don't know if I'm going to cover that today, but that shit's fucking stupid. Basically, crypto scamming has become legal. Or at least if you have a lot of money, it does.
Gambling has changed. It used to be you'd lose your money on slots in Vegas, but today, not only can you do that, you can also bet on your favorite sports team.
Yep.
Opening coin toss.
Or you could buy a bunch of skins in Counter-Strike. And then the market completely flip and crash and you lose everything.
This individual pitch, or on all three in a parlay. You can do it from your phone, your tablet, your Apple Watch. You don't just have to gamble on sports, you can gamble on esports, on video game items, on slots with those items. You can do it in Roblox, or on regular stocks, on meme stocks, gamble with calls, gamble on earning calls, gamble on
And you can make content out of it and people will watch it and it'll get them into it.
calls with earning calls. You can gamble on political events, world events. You can bet if Zelensky's going to wear a suit before July, if Jerome Powell's going to say inflation 50 or 60 times in September. And you don't just have to gamble on that. You can gamble on crypto coins, Trump coin, Dogecoin, Fartcoin. You can gamble on the champion of Fartcoin coin, and you can gamble on any of the posts the champion of Fartcoin has ever made on whether they will become popular or not.
Yep, everything's getting worse. Everything's getting worse. All the 7 deadly sins. All the deadly sins are getting worse.
And if none of that's your cup of tea, you can also just gamble directly within your banking app on a game of roulette, like a gentleman. And don't even get me started on the ads. If you turn on sports, esports, podcasts, not even my favorite political show is safe.
Shout out to Prize Picks, the best app to fire on sports in the game.
You will be bombarded with gambling ads by every famous person you've ever heard of.
DraftKings.
DraftKings Sports.
Is this why that regular people can never get famous, can never get bigger? Because we refuse to do shit like this?
DraftKings Sportsbook.
Uh-oh.
Like, if I get famous, I'm never gonna be doing any of this shit.
How did we get here? And is it a good thing that we're turning every spare moment of our lives into a game of chance?
Nope.
I'm betting no.
Oh, this is a cool intro. I like this. Made some changes. This is really weird. I like it a lot. Kind of a long intro, though, for such a... well, this is a 30-minute video, ain't it? Yep. 35 minutes.
There
This
are
video
three
ain't gonna be
things
35
responsible
minutes.
for gambling becoming more mainstream, but the first and biggest trend is simply the mainstream becoming more like gambling. See, Silicon Valley
Yep.
learned a decade ago that gambling mechanics
Dude, and it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get so much worse.
are incredibly good for user retention, so they put them everywhere. Let's say you're shopping online. Well, now you can spin a wheel to unlock prizes.
You have to go to the gambling places in order to gamble right now. But I think that big corporations are gonna see that gambling makes so much money that we're gonna start seeing it in apps like YouTube and like X, where you'll actually be able to go to an area and gamble on different, and like bet on different things, play games. It's gonna be real bad. Some apps already have it, such as Discord.
Or if you're playing video games, you can open a loot box, get some randomized
video
items.
games too.
You can even use those items as virtual currency in a casino. We've made a
Yeah, we're gonna see a casino in YouTube eventually.
part series about. Or maybe you don't have a
Guaranteed.
problem with loot boxes for adults, but we've also put them in kids' video games because, you know, gotta start them young. Roblox is the largest game for
In my opinion, that's what claw machines are.
minors, and they are stuffed with randomized loot boxes. But even if that's fine for you, what about the third-party websites which, against TOS, allow full gambling based on a kid's game? And yes, there are actual kids gambling on these apps.
Right, I just won a bit of profit there. I had 200 Robux. No, I had 200 Robux in profit, 100 Robux in profit, but I lost them. But I had 50 Robux and I lost it, and I thought I got 50 Robux again. So on this,
Dude, don't let your kids play Roblox.
on Robux World, what I'm gonna do is buy 40 crates.
It seems like all of the evil things that is wrong with humanity is in Roblox.
No, not 40 crates, but like 44 crates. That looks good. Let's go.
Duchess, you gotta move. You're in my way, bro. I'm trying to move my chair. She's so big and she doesn't like to listen to me, man. I'm having to push her with my feet.
Let's go. We're in profit. Let's go.
It is absolutely disgusting to see that.
Yep.
Look, I spoke to an insider who worked on this website, Roblox Wild, before it got shut down. He shared data which claimed they made $5,000 a day, or roughly $2 million a year. Thankfully, this website got shut down, but third-party gambling sites still persist because copying casinos makes a ton of money. And that's why we've been putting it into everything, including our politics. Prediction markets are the answer to the question of what if we could YOLO on election results and world events. The biggest websites are Polymarket and Kalshi, which have exploded in popularity during the American election cycle. But it isn't just major events that attract bettors. I was recently asked to investigate whether this was a suit that Zelensky was wearing. Why? Well, the prediction market had bet $200 million in betting volume on this
That's
bet. And some of them were really
crazy.
mad that they decided, no, this is not a suit, I guess. Whether you think it is or not, the volume of
It is a suit minus a tie. Like, it is almost a complete suit. I don't know, would that technically not be called a suit? Because it looked like a suit to me.
betting here is insane. And one reason for that is because these companies are exploiting loopholes that allow betting even in states where normal gambling is illegal. Because these companies say they're not a casino, so they don't fall under the same rules, which is why instead of having to be 21, you can now gamble at 18 on prediction markets. And while there have been legal challenges to this, both of the major companies, Kalshi and Polymarket, have recently brought on the president's son as an advisor, making it hard to see how they're gonna be meaningfully regulated. Meanwhile, all the major betting apps are busy launching their own prediction market copycats to get around the same weak rules that we still have regarding betting. And don't even get me started on the other loopholes that are out there.
And I guarantee you, people want to make changes to this, but they can't because I think gambling probably has more money than any other industry. Except for drugs, obviously.
Have you ever heard of the TikTok of sports wagering?
This is Cheddar. We're building the TikTok of sports wagering.
That's crazy, dude.
20 more states than DraftKings. Accessible for 18 to 21-year-olds. Live, in-game, micro betting. Swipe.
Yeah, they want to get them young because anybody older would be able to sniff out that this is a fucking problem.
To predict every moment of every play.
I'm going to stop you right there. If you missed it, Cheddar is a new startup trying to combine DraftKings, TikTok, and Tinder features into one app. And one of the things they brag about is they're allowing 18 to 21-year-olds as a competitive edge. Guys, can you believe the untapped market of teenagers for gambling? Now, to be fair, Cheddar has not launched yet, but this is obviously the future we're heading towards, turning everything into a maximally addictive gambling product.
It's sports wagering with the pace of a slot machine.
Yeah. Isn't that the most dystopian thing you've ever heard? We're trying to...
Oh, we have gone past sci-fi. It's getting worse. We're going to reach cyberpunk levels and beyond.
Turn sports betting into slot machines. I mean, the funny thing is this whole product is built around yet another loophole called a sweepstakes casino, and that's how they get around the 21-year-old age requirement. Here's how it basically works. Sweepstakes casinos claim that you don't actually need to purchase anything to play, so it's kind of not gambling. In fact, you can get free coins to access their games, but they also have a second currency which you can buy. Well, not buy, you get it.
Yeah, this is where we go with microtransactions when we allow microtransactions. This is the worst of it. Because microtransactions, like if you want to believe it or not, is fucking gambling. And more in the fact that, like, you get the fake tokens and you buy the thing that you want, and it may be priced at a certain price, and people see it, and then they want to get the same thing. They really, like, it. See, it's not really gambling, I guess, but that's where it heads. That's where it starts, is with buying microtransactions. If we get rid of the microtransactions, these things can't exist. Because they only exist by proxy of microtransactions being a thing.
For free when you buy the worthless coins. For example, their website says if you buy 100 cheddar coins, you get 5 bonus cheddar cash. And that's usually what you can gamble with and redeem for real money. This is actually how Stake US works. If you didn't know, Stake International is one of the world's largest casinos, but they aren't allowed here in the United States. So they have an American arm, which is a sweepstakes casino, which has gold coins and stake cash.
Loot boxes are gambling, by the way. Loot boxes, gambling, being able to buy skins and the skins actually be worth some kind of tangible money. That's gambling, like Counter-Strike 2. I guess, like, buying the skins for Fortnite, that's not really gambling, but it almost is. Very manipulative at the very least to get other people to want to buy those skins. Or to buy their own skin to look different from everybody else.
One Redditor explains how the loophole really works. Quote, one stake cash is 1 USD. They only use gold coins because they need to say that you aren't gambling with real money to stay open in the US. Except, of course, you are actually gambling with real money. They just have a virtual currency workaround, which basically everyone has figured out. Some casinos are just kind of more honest about it than others. Cheddar's basically saying the quiet part out loud. They're going after 18 to 21-year-olds with TikTok, Tinder, sports betting at the pace of slots. And by the way, people are betting on their success. They're actually in a cohort of startups invested in by a Silicon Valley investment firm called A16Z. But if you think that's a bad idea, now let's talk about banks and gambling. I recently made a video on Yada, which was a...
You know where I think all of this started? I think it started with the stocks and stock shorts. I think, like, whenever that got super popular online, that's when people really started getting into gambling, because that's what gambling is like at the highest level.
Fintech, which is a complicated story we've done a ton of work on here and here, but basically the original pitch was a no-lose lottery which gamified savings. Lots of YouTubers worked with them and they acted like a bank, at least at first, until they switched their new business model to be about allowing you to gamble inside the app and lose money, essentially becoming a casino within what is essentially a bank account.
And I think this shit's only going to get worse. It's going to be bigger. More people are going to get involved in it. It's going to be more popular than ever. And they're going to start putting it in the apps. In the apps that we use. It's going to be in Facebook. Definitely Facebook. Out of all of the top apps, it's going in Facebook first.
Should actually note that Yada recently shut down the banking side and have fully focused on the sweepstakes.
Wow,
casino
how
part.
about that?
I guess it's a more profitable business, but it's a sign of the times that everyone is moving their app more towards gambling, and finance is going the same way. On August 19, 2025, the investing app Robinhood announced they are bringing sports betting prediction markets to their app. In the announcement, the vice president of Robinhood claimed sports betting was a, quote, no-brainer, as we aim to make Robinhood a one-stop shop for all your investing and trading needs.
Yeah, stock investing and trading and all that shit, it's all a scam, by the way. Like, you have to basically make that your life, or you get nowhere with that. And even then, it's such a gamble.
AKA, we noticed people were leaving to other apps. We don't like that. We'd like you to never leave our app. And ironically, the very next day, FanDuel, a sports betting app, announced they were bringing stock market betting to their customers.
But I will ask you about what some call the gamification of markets. Why this move? Why FanDuel? Why now?
For us to have a partner like FanDuel and be able to have 14 million accounts on day one, I'm not becoming...
And you know what a big problem is for all of these gambling sites and these gambling places and these casinos? We've moved into the digital age. Kids aren't going to casinos. Young people don't go to casinos. They don't go to the bar to use the slot machines. They're on their phones. And as old people who still use all that stuff, you know, age out, and as they all, you know, die, because that's what old people do, they have to move into the younger market where everybody else is, or they can't survive. That's what's happening with cable networks right now.
A casino, contrary to
like CNBC.
Opinion, I didn't buy a casino. These are markets that will be offered to the general public, and we think is massively exciting of what it could do.
And you couldn't have a more
Of
perfect
course.
image of how
Massively
finance
exciting.
is embracing the casinos and vice versa. Actually, correction, you can have a more perfect image, because after I wrote this, the New York Stock Exchange's owner invested $2 billion into Polymarket.
Wow, how about that?
So actually, this is the perfect image of where we are. And a result is a lot of young people now see the stock market as kind of more like a betting market. The most popular group on Reddit
It literally is.
is personal finance with about 21 million followers. In second place, Wall Street Bets, where gambling on the stock market is embraced and celebrated. It grew the most during the meme stock craze of 2020, which shifted how some people thought about investing. Instead of being driven by earnings, prices, or fundamentals, people gambled on memes, attention, and vibes. People are chasing bigger returns and taking on bigger risks to do so. One measure of this is the amount of debt people are taking out to invest. Margin debt is...
I'm all about taking a risk and taking risks, but gambling ain't it, bro. I'd rather spend all of the money that I have on building something and then that thing that I built fail than just lose it all for no reason with a bad move in the stock market, or like gambling at a casino or something. That just sounds fucking retarded to me. Like, I don't know. I don't get why people get into this.
at an all-time high.
I don't get how people destroy their lives with this. It's just like, I don't know. I've never been into it. I don't even like lottery tickets. I don't like scratch-offs.
Of $1 trillion,
It's a
which
scam.
even on an inflation-adjusted basis is near all-time highs and up 5x over the last few decades. Not only that, the rapid growth of zero-day options by retail traders is also a telltale sign. It's grown
And by the way, we've gone past idiocracy. It's so crazy. We've gone past idiocracy and we're on our way to cyberpunk Ghost in the Shell. Like, we're gonna be worse than Ghost in the Shell, actually. Like, what's a good example of where we're headed? Like a dystopian sci-fi future.
in
All
volume
of them
over
to
5
combined?
years, showing that people are trying to gamble more. 0-day options are the stock trader equivalent of red or black at the casino. Fast action, massive wins or losses on a single day. But if the stock market is America's casino, then meme coins are basically the back alley bookie who will break your legs. Bigger price swings, faster action. Meme coins are even more degenerate than...
And I bet if you trace everything back, you'll find it directly connected to the mafia.
Meme stocks and pump and dump usually within a single day. Among the people who trade these, pump.fun is the leading destination as the one-click launchpad. Anyone can make a meme coin in seconds, and there is no value in it other than the expectation that someone might be more foolish than you and buy at a higher price than you did. And of course, pump.fun is happy to take a cut and make most of the money. Most traders will lose, but now you can also get a cut if you're a content creator who pushes one of these coins.
Of
We've
course.
seen the same thing from launchpads like Meteora. They allow creators to have a split of some of the trading fees, and it kind of democratizes the grift. Now, anyone can...
Holy shit, I was literally just about... I was about to bring up fucking Jack Doherty, because I just covered him yesterday.
farm their followers and fans for money.
Yep.
You don't have to be...
He made like 6K, which is not very much for him, but that's still a lot of money.
Particularly sophisticated, and that's actually how Trump made millions of dollars in fees with Trump meme
Yep.
coin without ever selling. He
And
just farmed
this is why it didn't work with Logan Paul. That's why Logan Paul basically got out of what he did with his meme stuff, his meme coin, his shit coin,
the fees. And to be clear, this money doesn't magically
and his NFT failed game Crypto Zoo that he used to rip people off.
appear. It's being siphoned away from regular people who mostly lose. It creates a sad ecosystem where most creators are racing to the bottom for attention to get their audiences to pump their worthless coins, leading to a predictable spiral where most are scamming, rage baiting, or otherwise trying to shock each other into becoming the biggest grift of the day.
Hi. Cups got drained. Woo-hoo.
Thanks for the 20 bandos.
It's ripping.
What? Buckley!
What the
If you've ever
fuck?
heard of a zero-sum game where someone has to win for the other one to lose, meme coins are negative sum because of all the trading fees. Most people, by definition, will lose. The real winner, of course, is pump.fun and people pushing it.
No, the real winner are the people that have nothing to do with all that shit.
In one analysis, they've generated revenues of over $800 million for themselves, while almost none of the traders have made significant profits. According to one analysis, 0.4% of all traders will ever make over $10,000. So almost no one. And look, the reason we're going through all of this is to explain the many ways that gambling is no longer just about slots, cards, brick and mortar casinos. We've injected it into every conceivable aspect of our lives, and that has two effects. One, it's inescapable. You cannot avoid gambling by avoiding Vegas anymore. It's literally everywhere. And then two, it's also harder to understand and study because most researchers are studying like casinos, sports betting, but so much of gambling is not that anymore. So as we get to the numbers of this stuff...
Oh, we're gonna get a lot more people talking about it. It just starts with Coffeezilla.
Remember, everything's gonna be an undercount, but it is still important to talk about those casinos, and that's where we're gonna...
What's gonna happen too is we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna regulate all this stuff, and by the time we actually figure it out and get it regulated, there'll be some new problem.
Shift now, starting with the biggest trend that has happened for these casinos, and number two on our reason, which is sports gambling becoming legalized. Rewind the clocks for a second back to 2018 when the Supreme Court overturned a federal ban.
I'm surprised we haven't gotten to the point where we run an AI and bet on what the AI generates.
At the time, basically, you could only sports bet in Nevada. But after this, you can see in a few years, we've completely flipped on the issue. Most states now allow sports betting.
Because there was a lot of money in it, and a lot of people made a lot of money in order to make it legal. And now they're making more money on it. That's exactly why it happened.
And along with that, the advertising budgets for these companies is absolutely enormous. DraftKings, FanDuel, Underdog, Prize Picks, they've spent hundreds of millions of dollars getting celebrities and influencers to push their product every year, and man, has it worked. As I'm writing this...
And they've definitely been paying off people in office positions.
Number one sports app on the App Store is not sports, it's not ESPN. ESPN and the NFL are second and third. The number one sports app is actually DraftKings. And in the top 10, half of those apps are sports betting, which is insane. There are two reasons for this. Obviously, one, hundreds of millions in advertising. But the second is what are called inducements, which is when these apps will incentivize players to download them and place a bet, sometimes literally offering what seems like free money.
It's got an NFL offer.
Don't play with me.
Just turned $5 into $150 in bonus bets.
Oh,
New
wow.
customers bet $5, get $300
I love how in every single advertisement, it's always somebody winning.
in bonus bets if you win.
New customers get risk-free bets up to $2,000.
It's risk-free up to $2,000. After that, it's all the risks. You risk your entire life after that.
Look, the reason casinos do this is kind of obvious. If they can make you place one bet, they're more likely to place the second, third, and 100th. But even setting aside the fine print of these weird offers, does it not strike anyone else as weird that we're allowing gambling companies to give away free stuff? Imagine the cigarette industry told you, buy your first pack, get 50 free packs free to get you started. Imagine Budweiser said, shotgun one, they'll send you a case for fun. It's insane. And yet, that's exactly what these sports betting apps are doing. It's the lifeblood of how they get new players. And once you're in, these apps will also cater to their biggest players, biggest losers, called VIPs. They will send them gifts as they spend their life savings. And there have been multiple lawsuits actually about this. And to make it worse, if you do the opposite and you actually win too much on these apps, they will try to limit your betting, as one investigation found.
If you show any real ability to effectively handicap a game and beat the sportsbook, they will limit your bets and essentially...
Yeah, because the only reason that you could possibly be winning on these bets is if you're manipulating the system.
kick you out of the sportsbook.
And that's how they think. That's what they see in it whenever somebody's actually making stuff.
They will not let you win.
Can you talk to me a little bit about how sportsbooks treat you once you start winning?
They don't want to accept your bets.
Yeah, it turns out the casinos actually hate the exact player that's featured in all of their advertisements. The guy who actually wins too much money. Which is actually so crooked when you think about it, that if you're one of the few people who achieves what they're promoting, they actually don't want you. Now,
that's crazy that the gambling apps are gonna lie to you and manipulate you in order to get you to pay money. Oh, never would have guessed that.
As I was writing this story, another massive scandal actually broke in the sports betting world, which is even more corrupt than not allowing winners.
But as you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today. Former, current NBA players and coaches.
Yeah,
what
that's
you don't
crazy.
know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years.
That's right. The FBI just exposed a massive sports rigging scheme that was using these apps to win money.
That was connected directly to the mafia?
On rigged basketball games. One example of this was March 23rd, 2023, when an NBA player, Terry Rozier, told a friend ahead of time that he was going to go out early on a foot injury. And so that night, $200,000 in bets were placed on his underperformance because no one else knew that he was injured. And a few minutes after Terry kind of limping around, he left the game and the bets paid off. A few days later, Terry Rozier and his friend allegedly counted the money at his house from the fraudulent wagering scheme. And this was one of several rigged games the FBI alleged, but the media was quick to point out this isn't even the first time someone was caught doing something like this.
Jonte Porter, who played for the Toronto Raptors, has already pled guilty. He's already pled guilty. He's awaiting sentencing for doing just what Rozier and Jones are accused of. So this train has already left the station, Laura. And I have to tell you, when Jeff Teague, an NBA player, says, oh, there's betting everywhere, it is everywhere. I've done ads for DraftKings. LeBron James has done ads for DraftKings. In fact, ESPN, when they were reporting this story this morning, they're having programming, people talking just like you and me, talking about this scandal on the press conference the FBI was giving. And underneath them on the ticker was an ad for ESPN Bet, which is ESPN's own sportsbook.
Yeah, the irony of all of this is that the same people who condemn illegal betting going on are simultaneously pushing the sports books, which create the opportunity. And at some point, the producers on...
Yeah, they don't care. They're making money. The only reason they would care is if people caught them.
ESPN actually noticed it, and see if you can spot the moment they try to fix the sportsbook ad in the corner.
You hear a lot about legal sports gambling on this show. The Bussin' Boys, obviously sports gambling is a huge part of what you do, so we put those all out there as a preamble because it might be in the back of people's minds, and we acknowledge that this is a different time and place.
That's fucking
However,
crazy.
There is a fine line, not so fine. There is a bold line that obviously has to be drawn.
That is so crazy. That really shows you what they're all about. They should have just left it up on the screen because that looks so bad. Because you know they're just going to have it back up later. They know exactly what they're doing.
Well, that's a little awkward. You're actually supposed to remove the ad for sports betting before talking about sports rigging. And honestly, we've only hit the tip of the iceberg here because we've since learned...
The only reason they would remove it is not because it looks bad. It's more because they know what they're doing and they don't want people to think about it.
These professional leagues are useless at catching this stuff. Turns out the NBA already investigated Terry Rozier before the FBI indictment for that exact game, and they cleared him because the NBA commissioner said there was insufficient evidence.
Ultimately concluded that there was insufficient evidence despite that aberrational behavior to move forward.
Right. So even with aberrational activity, they had the right game, the right guy, and the NBA couldn't find enough evidence. I mean, the more money that goes into sports betting, the more this will be a problem, and the leagues are clearly not equipped to handle it. But people just look the other way because the money's too good. And I want to now...
And also the money's too bad. Because, like, if you are a part of one of these organizations and you go against it, you lose your job. They're going to fire you. They're not going to allow that when that's one of their biggest cash cows.
Address the size of these betting markets because they're absolutely enormous in ways most people don't understand. And to get our heads around it, we're going to look at some survey numbers. One study estimates that 22% of all Americans and almost half of men my age have an online sports betting account. Another estimates that 1 in 4 people have placed a bet on sports and 1 in 5 have placed a bet in the last year. Like with all surveys, there's margins of error here, but the data mostly agrees. Sports betting is very widespread and extremely popular among young men. And for the ones who get addicted, it's financially devastating. One recent study looked at Americans' finances before and after sports betting was legalized by their state. They found that bankruptcy rates rise approximately 10% after legalization. Another paper looked at financial stability, noting that for households that do bet, they spend on average about $720 a year sports betting. And the study found that for every dollar someone deposits for betting, there's a reduction in net investments of just under $1. As people gamble more, they invest less, which means their financial future is worse. Makes sense. But this is especially true of problems.
I'd rather just waste my money on things that I get to keep, like video games. Like, I've been buying a lot of GOG games for very, very cheap, and they keep releasing new ones, and I'm just like, man, I gotta buy this. I need it. I need it.
Gamblers or gambling addicts. To be clear, this is not something that affects all gamblers. Roughly 1% of the world population suffers from this. It's more common among people who bet regularly and bet online, two of the things that sports gambling encourages. Problem gambling completely obliterates people's finances and affects more than just the gambler, because as they beg, borrow, or steal to continue their addiction, they affect everyone around them. And I do mean steal. Roughly half of gambling addicts will commit a crime, and most of those crimes are to continue gambling.
It's almost as if it's a drug.
Often leading to a spiral where the addict doesn't see a way out, which is why problem gambling has one of the highest suicide rates of any substance addictions. Full stop.
I don't get it. You know none of this matters, right?
Wow. The quality of these in-between cutscenes.
Rubet, CS2, and it did nothing.
Yep.
No, literally, I mean nothing. Absolute silence. All the moralizing, the anti-gambling. You're wasting your time.
Yeah.
Yep. But if we don't talk about it, then who else will?
Let me tell you a story. A year ago, I was offered $20,000 to do a video by casino. Now, I said no and made a whole series about it, but what I didn't tell you is that later I was offered $1 million to cover my legal fees in an ongoing case. Now, this was offered by a person who said they wanted to remain anonymous, no strings attached, very nice person. They said they wanted to just help out. Sounds great. But then I found out the money was coming from a sports betting company. They were one of the top people, and that's obviously a dilemma for me. I am publicly against gambling, and here this person's kind of privately telling me, well, gambling can pretty much solve all my problems. Pay my legal fees, they're telling me, oh, their company's regulated, it's fine, it's above board. Ultimately, I had to say no. Thank you for the offer, but, in my head, there's no such thing as $1 million, no strings attached. And, obviously, I also can't take $1 million from a sports betting company and then go make a video criticizing sports betting. But
I just discovered a crazy thing. If you accidentally hold down the space bar, it fast forwards. I had no idea. Dude, I'm gonna be using that more. Holy shit, what?
It gave me pause and kind of gave me an aha moment that I was missing before, where I started to understand exactly how screwed we are. And this goes into our third reason
it's gonna be
gambling
bad.
is winning. The casual way these casinos can throw around life-changing money for any normal person is why the data will never fix this. It's why having enough sad facts about addicts or interviewing people whose lives were ruined will not change things. Believe me, I've done it, and it's never moved the needle. To be honest, it's not even debatable.
Yeah, all you can really do is extend your hand out and be like, bro, come with me. It's better this way. Come with me where there is no gambling, where there is no OnlyFans, there's no prostitution. Like, none of the deadly sins are there. Like, come on.
Well, the gambling is kind of bad for most people and life-destroying for a few. Even the industry kind of admits that. But the reason gambling is everywhere in spite of that is there is too much money in the game benefiting the people that make the final decisions, right? Think about the states with tax revenue, the casino profits, the influencer payouts. There's a small group that gambling is incredible for. So incredible, it basically defies logic. I'm talking billions of dollars in profits. And if you want to understand why gambling is everywhere, you can't just look at the statistics. You have to look at the money. And I want to show you exactly how this works with an example. This is Matthew. He's better known online as Nadeshot, and recently he took a gambling deal with an offshore crypto casino. And when he first talks about the deal, I want you to notice it's a little strange. He almost seems hesitant.
Boys, we just partnered with Rootbet, and before I say anything, don't gamble, okay? You will lose. I promise you, you're gonna lose. But that's why I partnered with Rootbet, so they can pay me to gamble. So, even when I lose, I'm still gonna lose.
Yeah, it's pretty weird to hear someone say, don't gamble, guys, while announcing a partnership with a gambling company. Nadeshot implies that he may lose money, but in fact, he later admits that it's the most money he's ever been paid.
This is the biggest partnership that I've had in my entire career.
No, instead, I think the hesitancy, the weirdness of this video is because Nadeshot knows pushing gambling.
I hope that I get paid for gambling ads or a gambling ad. I will completely fuck it, man. I will completely shit all over them and take their money. Like, you do not want to do that. Maybe I shouldn't be talking about it right now, because maybe now it won't happen.
It's kind of bad for people. He said so in a podcast a couple years ago.
I definitely think that people streaming on Twitch, all the crypto betting, certainly incentivizes younger kids to be more interested in crypto.
That's exactly what they want to. They want to get them while they're young.
So gambling, like, I know personally people that should not have been gambling online, but because it's so easy to gamble with crypto, they did it when they could not afford to do it, and it has not worked out well for them.
Right. Nadeshot knows personally it's bad. But for the reason why he's doing it anyways, just fast forward 2 minutes in the podcast and we find out, because the host asks, a hypothetical. What if someone offered Nadeshot $100 million to promote gambling? And well, let's just say his tone changed.
I ain't turning down $100 million, bro. You got me fucked up, brother. I'll go on there and I will crypto gamble 24/7, dude. At that point, man, it's the parents' fault. Hey, I'm just working over here. You're gonna pay me more than LeBron?
Yeah, no, that fucking sucks, dude. I would never do that. Not for all the money in the world, because my soul is on the line at that point.
Brother, I would be lighting up, cash on fire, gambling crypto. I would sell my soul for 100 M's. Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
We should clip this. We should send this over to Kate.
I won't sleep. I will be your workhorse. You want me to pump blue chews and crypto gambling? I will do it all. You got me fucked up. Them kids, dude. Fuck them kids.
Look, I'm just going to say, you can say he's wrong for saying that. He's a bad person for saying that. But
it don't matter. He's going to be rich as fuck and you're not. Like, you got to make some choices here. Do you want to sell your soul for $100 million?
the reality is This is why gambling is winning. The casinos have so much money, they are buying people's souls. Even people who kind of admit gambling's kind of bad. Put enough money on the table, and Nate Shot says, hey, fuck them kids. And by the way, speaking of fucking them kids, let's talk about Drake.
W's in the shot.
It isn't just streamers or influencers taking deals. It's the biggest rapper on the planet.
Also, Kevin Hart.
He signed a reported $100 million deal
Maybe not that much. That's
with
fucking
Stake,
crazy.
the crypto casino, which is wild. There's really no endorsement deals like that anywhere else that hit those kind of numbers. And just like Nate Shot, Drake wants you to know.
Dude, fucking insane. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get so much worse.
That, you know, even though he's taking the money, gambling isn't for everyone. Recently, he posted an $8 million loss, saying, gotta share the other side of gambling. Now, maybe some of you think that's brave, but to me, I see that and go, Drake, that is the only side of gambling for most people. If any normal person lost $8 million, their life is over and their legs are broken. You're the only one with another side to this whole thing. Where, to be clear, that other side is reportedly getting paid $100 million. And to be clear, like, it's a lot of people taking these deals. I'm not trying to single anyone out. You know, let's also take Kevin Hart, right?
Yeah.
One of the world's smallest comedians. He pushes DraftKings. And this one, I find
one of the smallest comedians with the biggest wallets for anybody who's got the cash to fill it.
Really bizarre.
Do me a favor, man. Go to the DraftKings app. Look at what I'm betting on. Look at why I'm betting on. Place your bets. All the action is here. DraftKings, Kevin Hart.
I'm not even going to ask why Kevin needs you to get on DraftKings and bet like the
I know exactly why. Because money!
fact is he's worth a reported $450 million. But the real thing I find so gross about this is that Kevin Hart has gone on podcasts and talked about the need for financial literacy. You know, he talked about this on Joe Rogan.
The biggest problem within our community.
Yeah, I'm not going to any celebrity for any kind of advice. If you do that, you're a fucking retard.
Is knowledge. We don't know. Debt is welcomed because it's celebrated. That's all we know. The knowledge isn't given. So it's not till you obtain that knowledge and understanding that you go, oh, oh, this is why you put money up. This is how you end.
Yeah, the only reason Kevin Hart has any kind of money, any kind of worth, any kind of fame is because he let himself be butt-fucked by Hollywood.
Increase versus decrease. Oh, this is how you earn on your money. Oh, wow. I can gain wealth by investing in what? The stock world is what? How many people partake in the stock world? And is there a part that isn't necessarily gambling? Is there a low risk part? The information isn't there.
Yeah, Kev, maybe the information isn't there on the stock market part, which isn't gambling, because you're too busy telling them about actual gambling. Understand that Kevin Hart is not just a guy who sometimes talks about it on podcasts either. He has a whole partnership, an actual partnership with Chase Bank, where they ran a campaign to improve financial literacy. But then Kevin goes on the side and he's pushing DraftKings, which preys on people's financial illiteracy. While we're talking about small comedians with big bank accounts, let's talk about Joe Rogan too. And listen, I'm not trying to be high and mighty with all.
He was banned from sports gambling on UFC because he was a part of UFC. That's pretty fucked.
All this stuff, I know it sounds a bit like that, but believe me, I am eye level with these guys, okay? I'm very short too. You can't tell behind the $10 million studio desk, but no offense is intended here. We got to discuss though.
I can tell how short he is by the size of his head compared to his body and hands.
How the biggest comedians in the world, biggest, smallest comedians, are pushing DraftKings. Didn't Joe get a $250 million deal from Spotify? I didn't realize before this video, like, how many gambling ads he has been running recently. In the month of September alone, there were 11 DraftKings ads in 14 videos.
Yeah, I haven't watched Joe Rogan. I haven't watched him in a long time. Like, since around COVID time. I think around COVID time is when I stopped watching him. Probably because of how iffy all of the information was. And I was just out on it. It was too much. All of the Spotify things, people pulling out of Spotify, saying Spotify is racist. I was just done with it, man. I was done with that fight. Like, the culture changed too much all of a sudden that I just completely changed how I consumed culture. And unfortunately, or fortunately, Joe Rogan did not make the cut.
And with Joe especially, it's weird because he's the guy who rants against big pharma's manipulative advertising.
If you can advertise, you can manipulate people and change their opinion based on theatrics.
So many. Everyone gets a free bet. We all want to win. Hey, let's win together. You know what to do.
You have music and people dancing and holding hands and spinning around in a wheat field. Like, that is so manipulative. And we are subject to manipulation. And when it's something that is so important, like making critical health.
In my opinion, this with Joe Rogan is just like people who recognize that there is pedophilia and pro LGBT stuff, the kids trying to trans kids, stuff like that on the social media, not on social media, on the streaming apps, yet they still pay for them. Even though they don't have to. You don't have to pay for streaming services. All of the content's out there for free. They're doing it because, I guess, convenience and out of principle. They think that they should pay for them, even though that they know there's pedophilic content and stuff like that on there. And they're just... And they'll talk about how bad it is, and then still pay for the shit.
Decisions. There's so many of these commercials. Like, so many times I'm watching television, I'm like, how many goddamn drug commercials are there?
It's one thing to be in denial. It's another thing to talk about how bad it is and still promote it and use it and pay money into it.
By the way, I agree with him. We are being manipulated. But change a few words from that rant, and you could say the exact same thing about how gambling is pushed. Casinos are also manipulative. They don't advertise the actual reality where people lose. Instead, they say things like winning, cashing in, opportunity.
And all the flashing lights and colors, and they have scientists, like gambling scientists, to figure out the best ways to manipulate people and to get around regulations.
And Joe Rogan's a part of that.
Every game is another chance to cash in. Don't just watch the action, win with it. Every snap is loaded with opportunity.
That is just as manipulative as pharma ads pushing pills that may end up addicting you. In both cases, the collateral damage are the addicts we created along the way. And I guess I have to ask, maybe people think, oh, one's worse than the other. Is there that much of a difference between a drug addict and a gambling addict? No, really, I'm asking.
It's like if you see the drug addict, you see him, he's shooting up or whatever it is, and you see him fainting, you go, oh, that poor bastard. But when you see a guy who's fully in the grips of gambling, trying to figure out how to get his money back, and he's all jazzed up with adrenaline, he doesn't understand why.
It's just like cocaine. It's just like drug abuse. It's just like the opiate problem.
Yep.
It's just like...
I want to look something up real quick. I want to look at the numbers. Okay, so based on the latest available data, approximately 902,000 people in the U.S. use heroin annually. About 14,000 people die each year from heroin overdoses. This means roughly 1.55% of annual heroin users die from overdoses. Okay, now let's check out. Wow, I had no idea. So let's see. About 14,000 people die each year from heroin overdoses. The World Health Organization estimates that 5% of global suicides, around 50,000 per year. Okay, all right, so that's not in the U.S. So let's try in the U.S. In the U.K., estimates suggest 4% to 11%, approximately 250 to 650 annually are gambling related. Okay, let's try. What is the percentage in the U.S.? Wow. While exact annual suicide deaths solely due to gambling are not tracked nationally, gambling is recognized as having the highest suicide rate among all addictions. I had no idea, dude. I had no idea. I'm glad I decided to look that up. That's craziness.
And even anything else. It could you and I both know people who have lost their lives gambling. Okay, you've seen people in pool halls. You see how they get, Joe Rogan. There's no difference in the drug addict and the gambling addict. Not at all.
No, there is a difference. Apparently, gambling addicts are fucking worse. Probably because it's more widely accepted and it's legal.
Difference.
So there is no difference. Then why do we shake our head at the Sackler family and pharmaceutical execs who push pills that ruin people's lives, but somehow nobody cares we're doing a very similar thing with gambling?
Oh man, I think I talk about gambling at least once a day.
At every level of society, we are shoving this down people's throats. And it's not that I mind if people gamble individually, but we are pushing it on people who otherwise would not have done it because everything is...
I do mind. I think gambling should be outlawed. Like, we should not be allowing that.
Is gambling now, from sports to entertainment to investing. It is totally inescapable, and we're moving the casino from Vegas directly into people's pockets.
I'm fine with leaving the casino in Vegas. I'd rather not have it, but I understand that you end up making things worse by not having gambling at all and completely outlawing it, and then you're just going to have backroom gambling.
Connecting to their bank accounts. I don't know exactly how this is going to end, but it doesn't take a genius to see where it's going to lead. Gambling is going to be a much larger problem for people, and especially young men. And the saddest part is, there's no amount of data or facts that I can give you that's going to stop that. There's just too much money at stake.
That's funny because stakes! I reached out to Joe Rogan, Theo Von, Bad Friends, Nelk, Kevin Hart, Drake, and Nate Shot for comment. Theo Von, wait, what? Theo Von and Nelk responded for comment, of course. So whether regarding online sports books or winning cash on sports, we currently work with Prize Picks. Between us, I enjoy betting very mildly. It makes the games more fun, but I'm also aware of the risks it can pose, though probably not very knowledgeable because I haven't had the blah, blah, blah. We make sure to follow guidelines from our sponsors, though it's worth being more intentional about emphasizing those risks to listeners. I feel like in the podcasting space, there's a decent amount of regulation in our ad reads, and I try to remember to advise our listeners that gambling may not be right for them, but I do often forget to do that, to be honest. You shouldn't be doing it at all, in my opinion. Get that shit out of here. You know what you're doing, bro. You just can't turn down that money. Nelk, Kyle, Salem, and Steiny. I don't really know about the Nelk boys. I know kind of who they are. Only affiliate themselves with legal platforms like Prize Picks and Play by the Rules. Nelk Manager. Black, get that shit out of here, man. You're basically pushing heroin on people, but 10 times worse than heroin. 50 times worse.
Hey, come back to the bar and let me fix you a drink. The weather isn't changing anytime soon.
You know, all it would take is basic advertising rules or legislative change to put a stop to half of this stuff.
That's the thing. Money makes the world move, Coffee. And the people who write the rules like them just the way they are.
Yep, because they make money off it.
Do you really think it's worth all of this, though? Like, just for a little more money?
Hey, you said it yourself, didn't you? It's not just a little money. It's a lot more money. If people would sell their soul for $100 million, well, imagine what they do for billions.
Or trillions.
You know, maybe it is time for that drink.
You're gonna tip this time, right?
Dude, excellent video. Excellent video. And I like the acknowledgement that there's not really much we can do except talk about it and like try and change people's minds on it. Like, this shit's evil. It's gotta go. It has gotta go. JD Vance 2028. Maybe he'll do something about it. He seems like the type that would actually go after all the evil things like gambling. Man, just give me a break. Give me a break for one day. Just everybody shut the fuck up and just have a good time on the internet for a single day. Like, stop talking about drama. Stop bringing yourself into drama. Obviously, I'm going to talk about drama because I'm not in the drama. I'm not creating drama. I'm just reacting to all the ridiculousness going on the internet right now. And I kind of love it. But, like, holy shit, there is a way out. And it's to just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. And then you won't give people like me ammunition to be able to rake in the cash flow, bro. Welcome to the slop. We're going to talk about more slop. Let's go.
Welcome back to a series so cold. Even the Vikings subscribed. In today's video, NPC streamer Valkyrie is very offended. People are calling her the female Hassan. She's now
Well, stop acting like the female Hassan.
Now trying to deflect from the backlash by doing charity giveaways. But
that seems like something that Hassan Piker would do.
But openly admitting to rigging who gets the money? She's playing the ultimate victim, saying people just want her dead because they criticized her? Queen of Sim.
No, they don't. You fucking idiot. Just by saying that, you're making it worse. Like, holy shit.
Pokemon is back, and she has responded to the backlash after ignoring 2 women streamers, Nina Lynn and Zoe Spencer.
She made it about herself. She made it about herself. She made it about herself.
Essaying a man. This was after she said, "Believe all victims." SUC has responded. Asmongold is calling out QT Cinderella for lying about her social skills to play victim.
Not only that, like, dude, she was basically just apologizing to nobody for no reason other than to virtue signal.
Massive updates to the Emiru situation.
Oh,
with
shit.
Mizgif
Okay.
being exposed in a ton of clips. Subscribe
Oh,
or
damn.
you turn
Yeah, I was hearing that there were more clips coming out. I was going to save them. But if we're going to talk about them in this video, then I guess that I don't have to go through X to find them.
into a negative IQ streamer.
Let's up those numbers!
Now let's begin. So Hassan apparently zapped his dog and we had a ton of stuff go down. Right, so now NPC streamer Valkyrie is back and she's very offended. People are calling her the female Hassan. Now context, Valkyrie went viral a few times recently. First she was defending Hassan electrocuting his dog, saying that we should be talking about more important things like the genocide.
You would think that this kind of outrage, we would have seen it towards like the genocide and stuff.
Then we had a drama where QT was being canceled by our community and deranged Hassan fans for hanging out with the FaZe guys, who apparently made some homophobic jokes.
Why is she hanging out with the FaZe guys when there's a genocide going on?
Or her own father, who apparently was transphobic, according to her, right? So Valkyrie backstabbed her, saying that QT is the whitest person she knows.
You're also the whitest woman I know. You know, you being so white.
Why did you even talk about this? And like this part where she's like, you're being so white. It's like, dude, you come off as the biggest bitch in the world.
It doesn't help. It doesn't help.
And she's just so white that she can't understand. She just sounds so angry and her tone is bad. So she just doesn't understand racism or whatever.
Valkyrie is kind of right. QT Cinderella is kind of a virtue signaling white leftoid bitch.
Ironically, she was.
But that's kind of what Valkyrie is too.
Actually being the racist one there. And that
Right?
brings us to today. People are calling her the female Hassan for literally acting like him.
I heard you're the female Hassan.
Also, your hair looks like diarrhea.
Damn. Is that what you heard? And I cannot change the way you perceive me. And I accept that. Although it hurts me. It hurts me.
She knows that being called the female Hassan is a bad thing. She knows that Hassan's a bad person. But she's also a bad person, so.
Okay. Wow, that is wild. Damn. First of all, I play video games.
Yeah, then you should stick to playing video games instead of trying to comment on stuff that you know nothing about, right? You were
just shut the fuck up. Dude, nobody would be talking about you if you didn't open your stupid fucking mouth.
To defend your alleged boyfriend for shocking his dog, something that is so obviously wrong. Obviously people are gonna call you out. Also, when you say racist statements, it sounds a lot like Hassan, believe it or not, because Hassan talks exactly like this, right? Explicitly racist, and he does the same thing as you, where he takes an unrelated topic and he turns it into a political conversation about Israel and Palestine, and essentially uses Palestinians as a shield for their internet arguments, which is absolutely disgusting. Also, I just find it interesting she's so offended at being called the female Hassan. I'm not gonna say anything, but like, people have sent me pictures and you just seem to have no problem with Hassan. Let's just say that, right? And also, you seem to love his streams and hang out with him a lot, so I don't know. Even as
How do people think that
Let's just say
this
that,
dude
right?
is even
And also, you
attractive?
seem to-
Like, what the fuck, man? He looks like a creep. I don't get it.
love his streams and hang out with him a lot, so I don't know. Even Hassan's girlfriend knows how bad of a person he is. Live Kaya reaction, it's just her getting electrocuted. She can't be more shocked than literally Kaya right now. The poor baby. Anyways,
Dude, the memes, they're just gonna keep coming. We're not letting go of Collargate.
apparently she got so much backlash, she immediately deflected to, wait guys, I'm actually a good person, look at me doing charity here. Except she says that she's going to rig who gets the money. Valkyrie warns rotten people that she will not let them win in her charity giveaway.
Yeah, and don't come in here like when I start doing the
I'm trying to be a good person here to do a charity giveaway. You hear that, guys? I'm doing a charity giveaway because I'm a good person. You can't call me a bad person because I'm doing a charity giveaway.
the charity giveaways and donations to you guys. Like dude, I'm going to make sure not a single.
Why are you doing a charity giveaway when there's a genocide going on? Are you giving money to the genocide?
Rotten person gets a dime. Not a single dime is going to anyone that is like racist, sexist. Oh yeah, no, I'll be checking the logs. And I'm also preemptively picking people and preemptively having a naughty list. Is preemptively the word I'm looking for?
Right, so you're not gonna give any money to racist people. Okay, I mean, I guess it's time to donate your entire net worth to charity, because that would be you. That would literally be you based on your recent statements, right? You're the only one who's made a racist comment in recent history. So actually you and your buddy Hassan, of course. Now, about the giveaway, the thing is, when you do a giveaway on the internet as a popular creator, essentially you're gonna have a bunch of random people tuning in who are like outside of your regular audience as well, just for the giveaway.
I like the fact I'd rather do a big event stream if I was one of these big streamers and not tell anybody it was a giveaway and just give the money away without telling anybody, because that's how a real good person does it. They don't tell people. They don't have to tell people that they're a good person to reaffirm everybody. No, guys, I really am a good person.
Right? And they're solely watching in order to win this giveaway. That's why Mr. Beast keeps saying, oh, subscribe and you have a chance to win this stuff, because that way he gets so many more subscribers, right? So when you pick someone and they win, you can't just walk that back. That's just not how.
If you comment on this video, you will win a comment back from me. Guaranteed.
That works. That's like
Actually, I will comment back.
selling lottery tickets, and when somebody wins and tries to cash in the prize, you go, well, actually, I checked your chat history. You've criticized me defending Hassan, for example, and yeah, you're a rotten person, so I'm not gonna give you this money or whatever.
You criticized me? You're a Nazi!
Like, they essentially already bought the ticket by viewing your stream, considering they were probably only viewing your stream for the purposes of this giveaway, right? So they're tuning in for that purpose, and you're sort of robbing them of that. So they essentially already bought the ticket, so it essentially sounds like a scam. I'm not going to explicitly call it that because she hasn't
I'm pretty sure it's a scam. That sounds like a scam to me.
done anything yet, right? She's just talking about it, but I'm just thinking, like, this sounds really suspicious. Also,
Yep, super sus. More sus.
if I had to guess, when she says, oh, I'm gonna make sure no rotten people get a dime, she's obviously talking about anyone who's ever criticized her, right? Or brought up drama, mentioning her at all, mentioning Hassan. That basically means you ain't getting shit, right? And that's basically how you create an echo chamber. Literally incentivize no dissent at all.
I
right?
mean, if that's the audience that they want to curate, that's the audience they want to curate. That's fine with me. They're just going to have to keep defending themselves over and over and over again until they finally realize to just shut the fuck up. just shut the fuck up.
Incentivize people to stay in line, and if they ever talk bad about you, they're not going to get your charity giveaways or your money at all, right? People instantly clocked it, so rigged giveaways to people she likes. Can anyone give me an example of what a rotten person might look or like or be? Probably someone who shocks their dog. I'd say that's a pretty rotten person. Rigged giveaways, donations, money's involved. If she is rigging that, it is fraud and it is illegal in every country. I'm not entirely sure about that, but it just sounds weird. It just sounds really
Yeah, it's definitely rigged.
really sus. You just played yourself, you're admitting to fraud, live in 4K. Don't delete the shit because I got a copy. California law for fraud over 950. This guy's just on a mission here, it seems like. Misdemeanor and felony. Do people actually watch this chick? Yikes. The thing is, whenever they comment on
Yeah, that shit blows my mind that people even are actual fans of these people. Like, I don't get it. Like, how do you become a fan of these people?
type of situation,
You gotta be absolutely brain dead. You gotta be licking windows, man.
seem like complete morons or whatever. But the thing is, like, when they're completely ignoring it and they're just like sticking to their lane, playing games with their friends, nobody has a problem with them, and nobody's gonna try to call you out, or you're not gonna be in any controversy. But you decide to insert yourself. You decided to come in and defend your white knight Hassan or whatever, and yeah, this is what you get for it, essentially. Right, so then she just uses the oldest trick in the book. She plays the ultimate victim and says people just want her dead. What? Valkyrie,
that's
I think
retarded.
some people just want me to die.
Okay, listen. At the end of the day, I think some people just want me to get off the internet. I also
Well, I mean, I could get on board with that one. I don't know about the die part.
think some people want me to just die. You know, I think some people.
I don't actually even want either of those things. I want you to just shut the fuck up. That's all I want. If you shut the fuck up, then I don't have to talk about you anymore. But if you keep talking, then I have to humiliate you because you're a fucking idiot. And you have a fan base. And I'm trying to just, like, bring people away from there. Trying to tell people, hey, they're making you dumber.
Want a villain. I think I am in that position, you know, because obviously
Somebody says your hair looks great. Her hair looks like diarrhea.
the more you talk about things that you align with or agree with, the more people from the opposite side are going to not like that. Okay? No matter what, I'm
The opposite side. What is she talking about, the opposite side?
trans rights, gay rights.
Yeah, is she talking about the right-wing Nazis? Is that what she's talking about?
Okay. I'm going to donate to a lot of charities. I have also. I think that's another thing. Like,
I have donated. She's just gonna keep talking about charities so she can reaffirm that she's actually a good person.
people don't know like what I have donated to in the past, like what I have fundraised for.
Right. So that's the reason people are mad. They just don't know how charitable she is, guys. If only you knew that Valkyrie gives $7 to charity.
How much does Bill Gates give to charity? Do you think he's a good person? I think he's given more money to charity than anybody on the planet.
Then you will understand that she's actually a good person, right? I feel like she was reading right from her NPC script there. What do I have to say?
Dude, they're so not self-aware. Like, holy shit. It is crazy, man.
For these people to like me, guys. Oh wait, I got it. Let me open to page 14 of the PR playbook. Trans rights, gay rights, no racism. We actually hate PDF files, guys. We hate animal abuse. Oh wait, no wait, we gotta scratch that one out. Actually, not that one, guys. That one's going a bit too far because it implicates my friends slash more than friends. Hassan might actually put the shot color on me for that one. Also, my god, is anybody sick of this yet? What is this cringe victim card, bro? People just want me to die. Me, when I get one bit of criticism on the internet, guys, they just want me dead.
Yep.
It is.
Dude, they're all a bunch of crybabies. Why are you getting upset at people on the internet? You just make yourself look like a fucking giant crybaby moron.
So unbelievably pathetic, man. Like, then how the hell is anybody supposed to criticize you about anything when if you get backlash for anything, you're just gonna say, well, they want me dead, guys. And then everybody has to stop because they're concerned for your safety or whatever. I mean, it's such a manipulative, disgusting tactic. I'm sure there's some crazy psycho idiots who advocate murder, right? Oh, wait, that's just Hassan Piker. That's literally just Hassan Piker. Play the clip.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
Valkyrie, what you don't understand is the people you're afraid of is literally Hassan Piker. He's the only one who does that. Other people are not out here advocating murder or anything. We're just criticizing people on the internet who deserve criticism for stuff like being racist or...
I'm not even criticizing. I'm just laughing. I'm laughing at them. I'm making fun of them. I'm humiliating them. I don't even fucking care.
You know, zapping their dog or whatever, right? Again, I've said it like a million times before, but I'll say it again. I don't support anyone who's making those kinds of comments, right? Those people are completely disavowed, and you're just not part of my audience if you're going out there and threatening people, okay? You're not a reasonable person, right? But I gotta say, this tactic by Valkyrie is something like a manipulative, abusive partner does, where they threaten to neck themselves over every single argument, or if you try to leave or whatever, right? If you try to point out their bad behavior, oh, I'm actually so depressed, I'm gonna neck myself, right? And it's completely emotional manipulation. People responded with this meme, and I think everybody is just sick of this. Like, just rolling their eyes. She's alting, guys. She's been trained well in the art of the overly melodramatic victim card by Hassan. She's even pulled his I've donated card. People just don't know. Oh, brother, this...
Yeah, dude, everybody who's outside of this who, like, makes comments on it, they just look like fucking morons. Because those of us who've been paying attention know exactly what's going on here. Like Stavros coming out and saying the shit that he said. It's just like, holy shit, dude. Like, you don't talk about political people if you just don't know.
Guy stinks. Someone commented she's a performative person, and that's all I think. Just a superficial, shallow person. I've heard her mention that she's going to donate to charities like 3 to 4 times from her relating to separate things in the past week. Don't worry, guys. I'm rich and here's some money. This is literally like, oh my god, the peasants are piping up. Let me just like shower some.
Yeah, she's acting like London from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Like, I'm rich. Here, have some money.
Pennies in
Feel
the crowd,
better.
right? Let them eat cake, guys. My god. In the course of 1 week, she's ruined her reputation for no effing reason. Holy shit.
All she did was open her mouth, and then there went everything. You should have just kept your fucking mouth shut. Holy shit. I guess she's starting to see that the drama slop is where it's at right now, so all these people gotta weigh in and defend themselves. And really, they should just ignore it and shut the fuck up, because they'd make it worse.
Had to do was shut up. Damn, I used to like her. This is what happens when you associate with Hassan Piker and you try to defend him. I mean, I've predicted this fate for like 50 people at this point. Come on, man. These people,
Yep, it's a very recognizable pattern.
people just don't understand. This man's a virus that corrupts anything he touches. 34-year-old woman acting like a spoiled brat teenage girl, bro. There's like this other rant she had about how she wants to stay like super young and hot and she's never gonna have kids and shit like that.
I'm probably
good luck
never
with
having
that.
kids.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna play video games for the rest of my life. I'm
Yeah, that sounds very depressing.
probably gonna be as hot for as long as I can. It is what it is. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Dude, oh my god, just keep
Gonna be this hot. You're really blowing smoke up your own ass, bro. Sniffing your own farts.
keep it to yourself. Like, what are you trying to say? Moving
That she's super vain.
on to fortune teller XQC predicting what Valkyrie says before she says it.
Not a single dime is going to.
Yeah, guys, it's unfortunate, Chad, but this is not possible.
I didn't sell it. I swear.
Guys, this is impossible. You can't. The reality is that that's rigged if you do that. Guys, unless you're not a giveaway person, you've never done like a lot of giveaways ever before. You can monitor certain things, but you can't pick anybody. Like, once you roll the dice, the name that falls on it, if it's some guy who never watched the stream, is what it is. When you do giveaways, it attracts people that want giveaways, and those guys, a lot of them, don't watch the stream. So they'll come in, and if it's something they follow you like 10 years ago and they haven't watched for 5 years, is what it is. Like, you can't. Guys, that's like saying, guys, I'm gonna give some money, but it's gotta be one of the boys. Not the bad one or the racist boy. Not the homophobe boy. Maybe that guy. Maybe not. No, fuck that guy. It's gotta be that other guy. Like, okay, well, at that point, just pick somebody. Like, Jesus Christ. You know what I mean?
To anyone that is like racist.
Oh, just I was making a joke. That's crazy. Wait, she said that. I swear I didn't watch the clip. That's crazy. Wait.
Yeah, it's funny because he makes a joke because he knows what these people are about. No shot he didn't know that she was gonna say that. I guarantee you he didn't pre-watch it either. He just knew because that's what these people are all about. It's so easy to see.
Sexist. Oh yeah, no.
Oh my god. Holy shit, that's crazy.
And I'm also preemptively picking people.
Oh my god.
And preemptively.
It's not really a giveaway. That's like a give one of my boys some cash. Like, you want to slide one of your boys, one of your girls, some money. You just ask them for their cash and send them some money. Like it's not even a giveaway.
Yeah, funny thing is, it's quite literally easy to predict what these people are going to say because, as I said, literal NPCs, right? They have a set programming, set script that they adhere to. In fact, she probably plugs into a port at night to charge.
What the fuck is that kind of plug? That's some European ass plugging right there. Like, get that shit out of here. That ain't American.
Larger batteries or something. You cannot convince me that these are actually real people with real opinions. She's gonna be handing out antique shock collars straight from Hassan's supplier. Nobody's ever accused Ray of being smart or wise or fair. As you see on a crazy base dark right now, and I love it. Bro, he's been cooking the Hassan orbiters. Moving on to the queen.
Dude, actually, XQC's been based for a very long time.
Of Sims Pokemon. Now, context, streamers Nina Lynn and Zoe Spencer essayed a guy live on stream and got banned for 1 day on Twitch. In fact, Nina Lynn is a repeat offender. She essayed Disguised Toast in front of everybody, one of Pokey's close friends as well, and she pushed this massage guy out of the way and started touching his butt. And of course, there was not a peep from Pokimane, someone who previously tweeted, "Believe all victims," like a virtue signaling moron, and then her replies were filled with, "Pokimane SA'd me," which instantly shows her IQ points right there. But since then, Asmongold called her out for being fake in a video, and now she has responded and somehow made it about herself. I've gotten a lot of comments asking me to speak on recent news, and I didn't tweet sooner because I felt the focus should be on the victims and allegations, but it also feels wrong not to say anything. SA and harassment should be taken seriously regardless of the gender of the perpetrator or victim. There's already so much shame associated with speaking out on these experiences, when in reality the shame should lie with the abuser.
And she should have left it there. That would have been great. Still kind of a shitty thing to comment, and she probably should have stopped at the first paragraph, but like,
If I'm
my
ever slow
God.
to comment on things like this, it's because these situations bring up a lot of emotions from my own past traumas, which I don't know if I'll share publicly. I hope this makes my stance clear.
Dude, every fucking time, she always makes it about herself. She can't not make it about herself. At this point, you should have just shut the fuck up. You shouldn't have said anything, man.
Very clear, Pokimane. Thank you for making it about yourself. First response from Nux, instantly ratioing her 14k to 25k. Grape is bad. Now let me tell you how I'm the victim, actually. We got Terminal Simp. Your stance is crystal clear now, Pokey. Thank you for being so vulnerable. We are deeply sorry you had to go through that. Please don't hesitate to reach out to your fans, and particularly me and community members, for moral support. We are with you every step of the way.
She's not gonna date you, bro. She's not gonna date you.
Also, I bought your feet pics. 56 reply. Eric, you should be ashamed. Did you decide to finally say something because Asmongold called you out? Yes, that is literally what happened.
Yep, 100%.
I remain the only victim of Pokimane to this day to have her comment hidden by Pokimane herself. Believe victims but wants me silenced and now makes other people's pains about herself.
Dude, Madam Savvy is so fucking based.
Pokimane gave me AIDS and kicked my salamander. Get in there and make it about you. Literally every single Hassan orbiter. Ain't you collab with the abuser after the events? Why, yes. Yes, she did, actually. Thank you. I wasn't sure if SA was bad or not, but having read this tweet, I've made up my mind. It's bad. Thank you, Pokimane, for enlightening all of us. How did you even...
Yeah, she pointed out the obvious and then made it about herself.
...get popular? Absolutely nobody knows. All right, it is when...
Oh, I know why. Because she had connections. She had major connections. She started early, and she manipulated the system, most likely botting.
...of humanity's greatest mysteries. Right, so...
And she's also... She's pretty hot. I gotta give it to her. She looks good.
QC responds absolutely cooking her.
Jack, Pokimane, when it's time to hold one of her friends or close one or network person accountable.
Spring. I'm in Yevley. I'm in the abandoned city of Pripyat.
I'm inside one of the Inchin-down oil tanks.
I'm off to the Arctic for 3 weeks. I am not inside a fusion reactor. I'm in Hull. I am at Disney World. I'm in an airplane bathroom. I am in an unpowered glider. I'm in Iceland. I'm flying a few thousand feet over Lincolnshire. I'm at platform 9 3/4. I am under the English Channel. I am still in the Arctic. I'm on top of a hill. I am in Baton Rouge. I am squinting into the sun. I'm in Swindon. I am about to cross a road. I'm in Bristol. I'm on my way back from the Arctic.
Oh my god, bruh. That is funny as hell. But actually true, though. Pokey is such a fake person. It's all virtue signaling and pandering when it's anybody else, right? But when it's one of her friends or streamer Hollywood people or people who go against the narrative, for example, a woman essaying a man, suddenly it's crickets, right? Suddenly, I just don't want to talk about this. Suddenly, I'm gonna wait until I get public pressure.
Well, obviously, she's not going to talk about it because there are worse things going on in the world. Such as a genocide.
Whatever, because it's against her sort of woke feminist agenda or whatever, which is so ridiculous. You should care about SA in any case, right? But apparently only women can be victims. It is just unbelievably annoying when she acts like this and makes her seem like such a super fake person, which she is. Mrs. We hate the rich, right? Net worth $20 million, but we hate the rich. Not my kind of rich, the rich guys.
And we hate the rich. Anyway.
Aren't you the rich?
No!
Also, if you're a broke boy, just say so and buy my overpriced cookies. I took a long time because I wanted to see where the winds blew and take the popular position and also make it about me. Funny thing is, you can't tell if this is about Pokemon or Ludwig or any one of the other people. The internet never fails to shock me. I thought this was
just like Kaya.
Like a Kaya profile picture. That would have been pretty funny. Next time, so somebody's got to do that. Somebody better do that in the comments. Moving on to the third fake person in this whole trio, we got QT Cinderella. Now, she was crying on stream, apologizing to the woke mob for daring to not disown her own father over.
Yeah, and it's not like she's gonna make any changes or do anything about it. She's just basically apologizing because people's feelings got hurt. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Why would you apologize to crybabies?
For some jokes or something, and Asmund calls her out for lying and playing victim. Asmund calls
it's like a child that you have to take away something dangerous that they have in their hands, and then they cry and cry and cry about it, and you're like, oh, I'm sorry, here, you can have it back. Here's this knife, little 4-year-old girl.
QT Cinderella's I can't read social cues excuse in the most brutal way possible.
I really struggled to read social situations. I've talked about it for many years that I struggle with social situations, and so I feel like an idiot whenever.
I don't believe her. I've seen you at tons of streams. I've seen you around dozens of people.
Yeah, it's a virtue signal ass fucking apology. Apology.
I've seen you do streams yourself. You've put on entire award shows. You're massively successful. You have tons of friends. The idea that you can't read social situations is just not true.
It is bullshit.
You were so good at reading social situations that you would intentionally play the villain on the Raj show because you understood the dynamics of it so well. You're not stupid. You know exactly what you're talking about. And you shouldn't downplay yourself and try to make yourself look like you're some autistic retard that doesn't know how to read a room, when the fact is that you were the one that brought people into the room in the first place. You can't use that.
Oh my god, he just fucking obliterated her. Jeepers. I mean, it's completely right there. She's basically crying and playing victim, saying,
Yep. Just shut the fuck up. I say it all the time. Just don't open your mouth about anything. Just keep making content. Keep making entertaining content. I mean, I guess this is making entertaining content for me, but stop making content for me.
Don't understand social situations, guys. That's why I made all these mistakes. Literally has an intimate, high-level understanding of them and knows how to manipulate them to her advantage. She literally is so familiar with social dynamics, she can play a villain character in a bunch of other streamers and sort of manipulate the public as well, play the clown, host entire award shows. Literally got unlimited confidence. But no, guys, the reason she had an awkward conversation in a Discord call or something with Vanilla Mace and Katie and all these people is because of her social anxiety. That's why she didn't know how to please the woke mob. It was her social anxiety. The reason she didn't cut off the FaZe guys for making homophobic jokes or whatever is her social anxiety, guys. Like, I don't even know what the fuck she's trying to say, but it's obvious she's just lying here, right?
Yep.
She's just trying to come up with some
And she probably even believes her own lie.
excuse that the absolutely unhinged mob that are going after her will understand, because they are part of this whole branch where, oh, you need to pull out more victim cards, and that's the only way they'll leave you alone, right? Say that, oh, I have social anxiety. Oh,
Yeah, she doesn't want people that are supposed to be on her side to think that she's a bigot and a racist. But she's going to call people on the other side bigots and racists. She doesn't want to be lumped into our group.
I don't understand social situations. Then they're like, oh, I'm just like that too, so therefore, you know, she must be okay. And it's just so insane.
And like, you know, I'm fine with her lumping herself in with the freaks. Why not? Have at it.
And these people cannot be truthful for once. It's just actually insane. Good old Jellywig's girlfriend.
That's why they're all lol cows. They're the biggest lol cows in the world.
And I feel like at this point they will say whatever it takes to gain favor from the public, right? It's like color changing chameleons, changing to whatever is beneficial at the current moment, right? So
And it's getting worse. People are really starting to see it, and the more they talk about it, the worse it gets. That's what I'm saying, man. Stop talking.
Embrace being an a-hole, and he's talking about how you should apologize.
Like, and this is the other issue, is that, like, if you want to do an apology, you just cleanly state what you did wrong. You say why it was wrong. You say why you did it. You explain what the problem was with it. And you
No, she's apologizing because she actually has the normal take on it, and she's apologizing for that and saying that she won't talk about it anymore, which is fucking okay, whatever, man.
Just don't do it again.
That's the audience that you want to curate. That's fine. You're gonna have to keep apologizing over and over again, and they don't care. They don't care if you apologize.
It's pretty simple. Like the amount of because I also am an asshole. She's an asshole. She's obnoxious. She is. And she knows it. She knows it deep down inside. You know that.
Yeah, stop faking it and just be what you are.
The way you acted on the Raj show, there's no way you could have done what you did if you didn't really have that dog in you. And you know it. You know it.
Yeah, but the thing is, in this case, she should not have apologized in the first place. It was a super dumb drama where a bunch of Hassan lunatic fans,
They just can't help themselves, man.
who are also her fans, decided to cancel her for the dumbest thing ever. So if you do actually mess up, then yes, you should be apologizing. And in that case, you should be telling people what you did wrong and not be vague about it and just not repeat the mistake again, right? That's kind of all you can do. But this was not one of those instances. This is where you need to stand your ground, grow a spine, and tell them to shut the fuck up and get out of your community. She used to be an a-hole. It's the entire reason we all know her in the first place. It was fun. Instead, we get this constant high-roading with a tinge of political lecturing. The thing is, she got a little too big. Once you start getting a little bigger, you gotta pander to these morons if you want to keep your community, right? At least if you want that side of the community, which with a bunch of these absolutely sensitive morons. I'm an a-hole as well to the people I dislike, and I don't hide it. Same. I'm just like, I'm openly an a-hole and a dickhead, and I don't care because some people deserve to be a-holes. If you're not a-holes to them, then they'll take advantage of you and they start being pieces of shit. You should be nice to people who deserve it. And
Yep. Be an asshole with your hand out, extended. Not hand out like, hey, give me money. With your hand out being like, here, take my hand. Join me. Join me in the fight of good versus evil. The truthers versus the liars.
The a-holes to people who also deserve it, right? This is common sense. Moving on to Mizkif.
Oh,
so
here we go.
recap, Emiru accused Mizkif of a ton of horrible things like SA, blackmail, abuse, and more. And people continue to dig in and find more damning info about Miz.
Oh, it's gonna get worse. Oh, it's gonna get so much worse. We have not even seen 10% of it.
We learn that Miz admits to having substance issues, and that may
Wow,
lead
you
to
don't
his bouts
say.
of rage against Emiru.
You don't
Mizkif
say.
tries to use drugs to defend himself in his offline chat. Claims that he has changed since moving to LA. Why would you do this? I'm gonna go back. I was suicidal, depressed, and taking every type of drug to short-term fix my brain. And in doing that, I hurt myself more. I was on steroids because I thought it would fix myself.
Well, guys, we were fucking right that he was roid raging. How about that? And that explains why he was going bald.
I was taking shrooms every day to fix my brain, but that destroyed me. Never take shrooms when depressed, like ever.
No
I would
shit.
take my head and push it into my pool, trying to down myself on shrooms. So
I don't even believe him.
For 2 years, all I did is take shrooms to fix my brain and steroids to fix myself. I tried acid and that backfired. Oh my God. In doing that, I know I fucked up so bad and I hurt so many people about me. I lashed out, I was angry and out of my mind. I did take steroids that gave me insane anger issues. You could tell when I got off steroids a year ago fully. You can't just get off it. I take full accountability. I just wish I didn't go for drugs and really focused on fixing myself. I'm proud of my progress this year. What progress? What about like last week?
Can you clarify what, if anything, was said to her team at TwitchCon? I said that if she goes after me, then I will go nuclear because you can't mess with me anymore. I don't have anything to lose.
Like, yeah, bro, like, what is this? Every time I close my eyes since 2022 while I was in Austin, I envisioned...
You know, his brain is just like... It's firing on all fucking cylinders at different times, though. Not at the same time.
Different ways of killing myself. Wow. We're gonna pull this... We're gonna ult and we're gonna use this... side card. Well, I wonder how people that you treated badly feel themselves. Oh, that's right. We don't care about them because it's about you.
In my experience, all the people who actually did off themselves didn't tell anybody and they just did it. And we found out when they did it that they were suicidal.
This might work on a handful of girls out in LA, but this is not gonna work on the roach in Texas. Why would you say? You should talk to a lawyer before you tell everybody that you've been on drugs nonstop doing crazy shit. Like, don't you think you should have probably talked to somebody before you said this? Like, damn, you did not need to say this, but it's been said.
Yep, because he's a fucking idiot. Just keep your mouth and your fingers separate and keep your mouth fucking shut, dude. Every fucking time. Every time. Like, oh my god. They're terminally online brained, man. There's a difference between being constantly online and terminally online. Because I'm constantly online, but I don't take any of this shit seriously at all. And I'm doing things outside of being online.
Ooh, that is not good. So he admits he had a ton of problems with shrooms, steroids, acid, and all these substances here. And that would explain a lot of the—
I don't even believe him. I don't even believe him. Because I like me some shroom. I like me some LSD. Ain't never affected me. I mean, I don't take them very often. But like, no, you got other problems going on. And then you try and take those. That's where it's fucking bad. Because your mind just focuses in on that bad stuff. And you're still in it. You're still doing all the things. And you're not making any changes. And so it gets worse. Set and setting, man. Set meaning mindset. If you're not in a good mindset, don't take psychedelics. And I would recommend to not take them at all. Unless you can really handle your shit.
The bouts of rage, right? Maybe roid rage, punching holes in the wall, getting angry at her for small things, jealous of viewer count that's probably not related but sort of ties into the whole thing, crashing out. I mean, you guys saw my coverage. I was a completely neutral party who was trying to be super fair, hearing out both sides. And as the story is developing, I'm still doing that, but—
And I guarantee you he's got a drinking problem currently that he doesn't want to talk about. That's why he didn't bring that up. He brings up the other stuff because he's not doing that anymore. But he seems like he's got a drinking problem also, and he might be taking Adderall because everybody takes Adderall. He's having crash outs, and he's having like his mind's jumping from different thing to different thing, like he's on Adderall.
Miz is looking more and more guilty. His responses so far have been so bad. Emiru was throwing plushies at me, guys. That means she was abusing me.
Yeah, he's using defenses that make no sense.
Which makes no sense. She was mistreating her rabbits, and here's a picture of the cage. And he also was living with her and apparently did nothing about it. Instead filmed it and used it as evidence against her years later to blackmail her, right?
Even though it was a fucking lie, also, it's been found.
So obviously his defense is just objectively not looking good right now. The plushies gave him brain damage. Those hurt like a bag of bricks, guys. Trust me, the plushies really hurt, especially the Kirby
I bet Hassan shocked them too many times. That's probably what did it.
plushies. My god, those are really pointy. Hassan, thank god Mizkif is trending right now. Don't worry, I'm alternating between them. We're not letting that guy go. All right, moving on to WestJet, talking about the Mizkif update. So
it's funny that he talks about Hassan thanking God that Mizkif is trending right now. And then JD Vance comes out against Hassan, talks about Collargate. Fucking amazing. Continues on.
We got some clips from his ex Maya corroborating the stories with Emiru.
Massive day for the unemployed. The Mizkif files get even worse.
It's been a while since I reacted to WestJet.
Mizkif turned off the comments on his YouTube video and started crying in his offline chat.
Never turn the comments off, bro. You look like a huge pussy, and you look like you're the one who did wrong by turning the comments off. Like, are you serious? They're so not self-aware. These people are so not self-aware.
I have more viewers when I'm doing sponsors at my desktop.
You had 7,000 viewers when you were playing the crane game.
I had 14,000 this morning IRLing at the nonprofit.
Okay, I didn't need to hear that.
He gets upset when I succeed.
No, okay. I used no. I used to get upset.
Stop the cap.
Used to get upset. Okay. And then you continued on through the Emiru situation.
And I'm not kidding you, Chad. I used to legitimately get pissed because I'm like, are you serious? I brought this into the world, and now all of a sudden she's growing faster than I was.
This is like your ex-girlfriend. Imagine not being happy for your girlfriend's success. Like, this is very sad and weird.
Yeah.
if I had a girlfriend who was succeeding like that, you know what I would do? I would be doing things to help her become more of a success. Because if she succeeds, then I succeed. Dude is so insecure that he just could not fucking see that. Like, I brought you into this world. And like, what's that imply? That he's gonna take her out?
This is probably the most pathetic thing ever. Crying because someone has more viewers than you when you already have 20k and they have like 22k or whatever. Like, even if you feel these emotions, acting on them is next level pathetic because, I don't know, he just seems like the ultimate narcissist thinking.
I could imagine me if I was in this space. If it was me right now as I am and somebody that I was with or somebody that I was working with or my girlfriend or something had more viewers than me, I would crash out on stream as a joke. Like, it'd be so obvious what I should do there. Like, oh my god, dude. Holy shit.
That he should always be number one.
I feel like my brain is melting, probably because I need coffee.
He needs to have the most viewers, and I feel like that was his whole shtick, right? All these streamers came on his streams because of his viewer count, and the fact that his girlfriends are now doing better, he just can't handle that, right? And obviously, you do not actually love them. He claimed to love Emiru so much, but if you love someone, you want them to do good, and you're not going to be upset at them doing so good as well, right? You'd be happy for them. So obviously, something wrong in the head there, right? So then we have a few more clips of him just crashing out and then getting trolled by these other streamers.
Excuse me, don't talk to me like that, Matthew. Sorry, Maya. No, it's not funny. Every time you do it, it bothers me. It's just me kidding around, Maya. Well, it's not funny to me. I don't think it's funny. I don't know why you say it to me all the time. Because it's funny, Maya. It's just me trolling. I don't even realize I say it. Well, start paying attention to what you have to say because it's getting really annoying that you do this all the time.
The fact that
Dude, you sound like such a bitch.
we've had this conversation that many times and somehow it's still not serious enough to you is annoying.
Shut up.
Oh.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Oh my god, Emerald was so cool.
Dude, it's like whenever you fight a boss in Dark Souls and the boss just jumps off the cliff. That's exactly what just happened there. And you're just like, what?
Was like so cool.
Okay.
Bro, I didn't think Emerald was gonna tap in with us. That's the thing, because we were with Cinna and Bonnie, but it's just the thing that Emerald, when she popped up, I was like,
You think that phases me at all?
what do you mean?
What do you mean? That, like, none of this, like, I don't think you understand.
Of course it bothers you. If it didn't bother you, you wouldn't bring it up as if it wasn't bothering you.
Bro, you can't hurt me. There's nothing you can do.
What are you talking about?
No, I'm not talking about anything.
We collabed with Cinna, Bonnie, and Emerald the other day.
That's great. That's fine. Enjoy yourselves, brothers.
Whoa, bro, are you okay?
What does it mean by brothers? What does it mean by that?
Are you good? Are you good? Yeah, I'm good. I just gotta.
Dude, this is so embarrassing. Why are you making me watch this? Oh man, I love it.
Go to the bathroom.
I love that this happened.
Dude, it's okay.
I know it's okay.
Dude, wait, what's wrong?
Are we in therapy or something, bro?
What did I say?
You said nothing. You said you're gonna collab. That's cool.
Dude,
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
people were so confused. They're like, what are you yapping about? We just said Emeru was a cool collab. And Mizkif got like visibly pressed.
You used to live with Emeru, and then all of a sudden you wanted to use Emeru to become bigger, and you couldn't. So then she broke up with you.
Look at his fucking face. He's just like, I think he's on Adderall. Like 1000%, dude.
Like having way more fun and way more cool.
And that's why his brain can't function right there. He's confused because he's on Adderall, allegedly.
What even are you spitting?
Dude, Emeru used to always be in her room. Now she's like going IRL and having fun and doing a lot of cooler stuff now. It's good thing she disconnected from you because thank the Lord. Thank the Lord.
Dude, their faces are so awkward.
Brought down the vibe for Emeru, dude. Yeah.
Facts.
Bro is so defeated, he just had to mutter facts.
We weren't even dating.
Well, of course, bro. Queen Emeru was not dating someone like you. By the God. Hell no. Fuck no. God no.
Dude, these guys are
just learn how to take the joke. Get roasted, bro. Like, oh my god, how can you be so insecure? If somebody's standing there making fun of me to my face, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh. I'll probably laugh awkwardly, but I'll be like, fuck, man, you got me. I got nothing. Or I'll try and roast them back.
trolling the fuck out of him. And this was before the whole situation was revealed. So they were just trying to press his buttons here.
Dude, because everybody knows. Everybody knew what was happening, especially the ones who were, you know, wrapped up in this world, who knew things behind the scenes, who talked behind the scenes.
And this whole time, Mizgiv had this underground secret lore, and Emiru was about to come out with this stuff, right? So Mizgiv sort of knew this in the back of his head, so he took it super personally and started getting pissed as shit.
Like somebody on Adderall would do, because they can't hold in their thoughts and feelings. And they're
Meanwhile, he was
aggressive.
behind the scenes also threatening her.
Also, roids will do that, but I don't think it was really roids that did it.
Do not expose this whole thing. And just imagine being one of Mizkiv's friend, dude, dealing with this absolutely psycho dude who is basically preying on your downfall. He doesn't want you to succeed. He constantly has these bouts of rage or whatever. He's constantly hiding behind these bouts of like sarcasm when he's actually being serious. Just insufferable.
Which is exactly what Jack Doherty does too, by the way.
Insufferable. He needs serious help. Now, just expanding on that, basically on Mizkiv's stream, there would be a lot of moments that all the viewers just assume that this has to be jokes, because how can someone be this insecure and pressed about freaking viewers when you're so successful? How can they be this petty and annoying, right?
Because his mind is twisted.
And that's got to be a persona, but apparently it wasn't.
Because you're like a fucking psychopath.
Oh, I cannot. I don't need to be psycho.
Miz,
What?
when you're normal, even at parties, you stand around like this with a drink, and then you walk up to people and you're like, you know, I wouldn't talk to you if your viewership wasn't as high, you know? Like, that's literally what you do all the time. You bring up viewership even at parties. You're so annoying. You're so annoying.
Chat, because these people aren't real, dude. I don't think.
Well, I mean, he is right about that, but he is one of those not real people.
You're not.
He's not self-aware at all.
You're not. You're a fucking ego asshole.
Because I don't take any of you seriously because you're not actually my friends.
You literally bitch. You're so annoying.
Like, he can't hold it in. He can't hold it in. I wonder what it is.
What's the point of taking you all seriously? I don't care about you anymore.
Dude, I swear, if I'm proven right about the Adderall thing, I don't know what I'll do, man. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna have to clip it up and just like make a whole compilation video about it. That's probably the only thing I can do, because holy shit. He's showing all the signs. I know so many people that are on meth and so many people who are on Adderall besides meth, or outside of meth, like basically the same thing to me. Just one of them you can get from a doctor.
All of you to me.
And the other one you get from a chemist, you know what I mean? Like a backyard chemist in a shed in an abandoned house.
Just, you know what you are? You're all just numbers.
Yeah, I just love how he was using comedy to actually hide his true opinions, right? So he tried to cope real hard with these jokes and stuff. Meanwhile, he was being serious the entire time. And yeah, he just honestly looks like an absolute train wreck here. Now, remember how he admitted he was on steroids? Well, his community was accusing him of this a lot as well, because, you know, they used their eyes and looked at the timeline of the transformation or whatever. And he was apparently banning people for saying that he was on steroids. And then he later admitted it.
If you think I'm on steroids, you're a moron. Like, actually a moron. Lighting, pumping genetics. It's actually the stupidest comments I've seen.
Genetics. Dude, what a fucking fail. And that does not help your self-esteem when you lie like that, by the way. If you, like, know that you're on steroids and are lying to everybody and like, no, it's all genetics. It's like, bro, you know you're lying. Why do you do that? It just makes it worse for yourself.
Dude, oh my god, I'm so sick of these like roid heads, man. Pathetic people taking shortcuts because you don't have the patience to actually like work hard, and then when you get confronted, oh, it's just good lighting, bro. Like, oh my god, you people suck. And congrats on snapping your lifespan in half and destroying your pee-pee or whatever, you know, enlarging your fucking heart. Like, these people are so stupid, man. It's not a good trade-off. Only in the extreme when you're like competing for bodybuilding, but even then it's not a good trade-off, right? And then he tries to gaslight everybody into thinking he's just this hard worker. Look at me, I put on 50 pounds of muscle in 3 months, right? Which is just not realistic at all. And I watched the gym side of YouTube as well, and dude, just the amount of people on these roids, like everybody who you don't even suspect, like it looks like everybody is on it. It's actually crazy. Right, so then we have clips of him just getting pressed and leaving.
Huh?
What sponsors do you have right now?
No,
Like,
I don't sell out to sponsors like you guys.
Can I ask, or are they gonna put
You
like
literally
rules?
signed
How you
the
make
rumble.
the sponsors now?
You literally signed a Rumble, which means that you sold your soul for money and views. Not even views, just money.
Views equals money.
I'm leaving on.
Oh!
I'm leaving.
Oh!
Jason got him so good, it looked like he was about to cry. What a genuinely weird dude. With pupils like that, bro has seen the truth from full.
The pupils? I don't know, dude. I don't know, dude.
Metal Alchemist. Mizkif crashed out on Emeru's stream for no reason.
And then I charged for like 30 seconds on video. I'm sorry.
Got him. Ooh, I saw this one already, though.
I'm fucking done.
I'm done. It's like, oh great, my
She looks like Maya. She got the same face going on that Maya had.
boyfriend's embarrassing me in front of my friends again. For nothing.
Yeah, this dude has got to be manic or something. I sort of randomly remember.
I wonder what mania is a side effect of. Is it Adderall? I don't know.
Encountering clips of Mizkif back in the day, and I always thought, okay, this guy's joking. It's like some sort of a bit. It's a funny thing for the stream. But he was actually crashing out. My God, dude. Psychopath. Absolute psychopath. I mean, I hope he has a better defense than what he's put up so far, because if that's the case, this guy is cooked. Like, his career is completely over. The way he looked absolutely...
He's just going to be a lol cow. That's the only thing that he can be now in order to actually garner any kind of audience. And it's just going to be an audience of people that's shitting on him constantly.
Crazy when Mario and Luigi roasted him. Didn't know therapy involved copious amounts of drugs. Maybe I'm somewhat of a healing person myself. You can't hurt me. Nearly cries and goes to the bathroom to finish out his career. Bro's the most fragile person in existence. I tried acid, but it backfired. No shit, Sherlock. Now click this video for a peanut butter sandwich. Yum yum.
Woo! I like me some PB&J. Yeah, I guess I'll be back tomorrow on it with more drama slop content, because it never ends. It's every day, bro. What was that, a Logan Paul song? Oh, we got some stuff talking about Logan Paul coming up. What is this, Pewdiepie video? You seriously use ChatGPT? No, I don't. What are you talking about? Why are you accusing me of these things?
I have a confession to make. I bifurcated again. And I know what you're thinking. Felix, did you split your PCIe lane so you can fit 2 GPUs again? Yes.
Based.
But so what? Because what I didn't say in my last video, when I got the BIOS from
is this something about building your own AI?
The random stranger online so I could bifurcate, what I didn't say was all the lanes were bifurcatable. I can bifurcate as many times as I want.
Dude, this PewDiePie tech YouTuber arc is not really what I expected from PewDiePie in the modern day, but I fucking love it.
It's legal. I bifurcated again. 9 GPUs for mortal men doomed to die.
I have 2. I use 2 as 1.
More.
Or use 1 as 2.
More. 10 GPUs.
10 GPUs.
Space. I can fit my whole foot in there. What am I gonna do? A foot holder? I had to do it.
You're a madman, Pewds.
Had to do it, man. Surely you will understand. Now I know what you're thinking. Again, Felix, what are you gonna do with all of that? 6 dimensions. I am going to play Minecraft in 6 dimensions. I realize that I have a tendency, and maybe you can relate to this as well, of setting a goal without any regard for, is this a good idea? Do I really want to do this? What is the point of doing this? I just really wanted to max out my computer, and that became like a weird obsession. But here I am.
I think I've maxed out my computer. I think in order for me to get a more powerful computer, I have to get a whole new computer. Because I'm pretty sure I maxed it out.
And I finished my computer because I know what you're thinking, Felix.
That's the next step for me. I'm on my way there, man.
Did you add a 4090? Those run on 475 watts. Are you crazy? You can't do that. You don't have that kind of power consumption. I I can undervolt it, you stupid bitch. The performance is negligible the last couple percentages. It's fine. Now that we got all that out of the way. What have I actually been doing with this computer? I've been doing protein folding simulations. That's right. I knew I could rent out my computing power and make money that way.
Oh. I've thought about doing that, but I break things too often for that to be a viable thing for me, because I like to play with things too much.
But that's for shablozos. Protein folding simulation is where it's at. Basically, scientists needs to run these protein simulations for their studies. It helps them better understand different diseases, but it takes a lot of computing power. So you or me can help doing that and spreading that out. So basically having like a mini data center, it can actually make a big help. So I've been running that overnight whenever I can, and it's been really fun to climb the leaderboards. That's really all I care about, Charity. Leaderboards. We're going. Obviously, I'm just joking, but it sounds, first of all, I get it. It sounds like a scam. It sounds like I'm patting myself on the back while someone is getting rich off crypto. That's not the case. I've looked into this. It is 100% legit. And it's been around for a very long time. I just never heard about it for some reason. It seems like maybe you think they're paying me or something, but I genuinely just think this is very cool. And get the best part.
It is pretty cool.
I made a team. So
I think some ordinary gamers talked about this a while back, and I think I might have reacted to it.
Guys can join in. You don't need a beast computer to do this. And if anything, it really shows how a lot of people come together. You can make a big difference. And it's a very cool flex to say that your computer has supported cancer research or Alzheimer's and other diseases. So please consider joining the team. Team Pewds, and get this, the team number that was randomly generated, you're never gonna guess it. Okay, 10,669,66. God gave us that number. God gave us that number. Grab your CPU and GPU.
I don't know. There was a 666 in there also. I don't think it was God who gave you that number.
And let's fold protein together. If you have some time later today, spend 30 minutes and set it up. I've been aiming for top 0.1%. Let's get folding. Me and Marcia have been planning to go to Sweden next month, and there's so much involved with tickets and where to stay. And
I heard that Sweden doesn't like white people anymore.
And it's a 12-hour flight back to Sweden, even though it's direct now, which is amazing. But the worst part is trying to find out, how do I get internet?
Oh, this is an ad.
You cannot travel abroad without internet. That's a terrible idea. I've done it. Don't do it. And I always dreaded it because signing up to rent the Wi-Fi after a long flight is the least thing you want to do.
Yeah, don't do that.
About when you land, okay, where can I buy an eSIM or where can I buy an actual SIM? It's a terrible solution. Luckily, there is Sally.
Yeah, Sally, that's what it was called.
Friendly options for an electronic SIM. I use it.
It's actually very useful. Like, I'm not even shilling right now. It actually is very useful. I know a lot of people who've used it.
It's genuinely the best product ever. They should be paying me. Oh wait, they are paying me. I'm just kidding. I've already signed up. I put in how much data I need. I will just land and it will just work. I don't have to think about it anymore. And that's how it should be, because there's so much to think about when you're traveling. So
also, I think services like US Mobile, I think they also do that.
love Sally. It removes a huge piece of stress when I'm traveling. And I met a lot of you guys here in Japan that said, oh, I used Sally when I traveled here. And it worked really well. So certifiably works well in Japan. They keep increasing countries, but there's already a ton to pick from. As an online privacy respecting individual, since this is under the Nord company, they have all these privacy respecting features built in, which I appreciate, because I don't really trust all these random eSIM brands showing up, you know what I mean?
Yep.
100% refund, so
I think US Mobile is a pretty good one. It is a pretty good competitor.
Try it out, and then the checkout.
And I think they're smaller, so you're more likely to actually talk to a person, and it's an American company. You talk to an American in America.
Make sure you enter Pewdiepie, because then you get 15%
Or you can do
off.
this.
It's so fun to me just watching money disappear. So take advantage of that deal. That's Pewdiepie at checkout. So yeah, download it now and have it ready for your next trip. Thank you, Sally, for being an amazing product and an amazing sponsor that I can proudly stand behind.
Scan the QR code on the screen right now and enter the code Pewdiepie for 15% off.
Another thing I wanted to do with this computer was to run AI. If you have this many GPUs,
I'm gonna be doing this soon.
Running AI on it.
Maybe I can get some pointers from Pewds, because I really want to run my own AI. I really like Grok, but I really want something that I can curate myself.
I'm not gonna lie, it became my next big I have to max out. What's the biggest model of AI that I can run on this computer? That's what I wanted to find out. And it turns out it's complicated. You know, this computer costs $20,000 roughly.
Woo!
In terms of running AI,
My computer cost probably like $3,000. I had to build it over time.
that's relatively cheap. That's what I was trying to say. Because the cost for running AI is like, I can't, it goes from here to, no, I can't make that joke. The cost for running AI is just bonkers. It's stupid. Okay, so what AI did I run? First, we have to make some things crystal clear. I do not F with image generation or video generation. I don't really have that strong of opinion about it, but all the drawing nerds supported me in my drawing video, so I stand by the drawing nerds, as a fellow drawing nerd myself. I genuinely think AI art looks ass. It looks bad. You can tell immediately it's AI generated. And the art that does look cool has been straight up ripped off from another artist. So why not just look up the artist? I don't get it. I can see it being used for the lowest stock image or piece of a background or something, but more than that, I just think it's lame. Second of all, I do feel like I'm in a weird place with this because I'm gonna yap about AI here, and I hate people yapping about AI. I genuinely can't stand it. Seeing AI everywhere is so irritating to me.
I like AI when you're talking about open source and when you're talking about like running it to help yourself and it's like your own thing and you're not trying to push it on other people. I like that. I like whatever it's like something that you DIY. I like DIY stuff and I like DIY tech stuff especially.
I went to a hotel last month and they were like, we have AI generation integrated in the hotel room. I'm like, great, stop.
Why?
Even here on YouTube, the AI features are so useless.
Yeah, and on my phone, it keeps trying to get me to use Gemini and I'm like, no, fuck you.
It's just become the hot next buzzword and it's very annoying. But on the other hand, the people that just hate AI are equally centrist take coming. They're all bad. And I'm just kidding, but it's like, I don't know if you heard Markiplier got canceled because he used AI. Please don't cancel me, please. If anyone watches Markiplier, click away the video right now.
The only reason I use AI right now is to help me do things that I really don't have time for when it comes to content creation. Like my thumbnails, sometimes I use AI for. My ad videos, I use AI for. But like, I kind of edit them myself in a video editor, so it's not completely AI generated. It's like I generate the thing and then I make it different.
It's not gonna be good. No, but from trying to self-host AI, I realized just how much misinformation there is about AI, especially because I didn't know anything about it. So
eventually, I will have enough money to actually pay some people, probably, maybe. If not, then I'm gonna keep using AI, I guess. But I really want to actually pay people to do all the things that I use AI for.
without further ado, what model can I run on this thing? Well, I asked AI itself. I went straight to the source. I was like, what model can I run? It goes, bro, I got you, Llama 70B. And I was like, cool, it runs. It's not bad, but I didn't really go like, wah. I want to go, ah, you know? I want to feel like, whoa, look at the beast computer, beast AI. I didn't get that opinion. If anything, I was like, that was surprisingly easy. I think I can run this on 4 GPUs, actually. Lo and behold, it runs on 4 GPUs. I have not maxed out at all. What am I gonna do? Have them talk to each other? Then I get it running on 2 GPUs. What am I gonna do with that? Give them a little tea party? No! I wanna... Both! I wanna max out! Can a guy max out? It's the fattest stack of AI I can slap on this thing. Cause it ain't 70p, I tell you. So I mathed the math. I was like 120 billion. For those of you who don't know, every model comes in different sizes. Bigger model generally means better, but not at all a rule. Don't listen to that. But I knew the biggest model I can run was 120 billion parameters. 120B doesn't exist. Nothing. Nada. And I know what you're thinking, Felix, there is. Yes, because as I was complaining about it, OpenAI, ChatGPT, finally lived to their name and released an open source model like everyone else has already done. And guess what?
I like that.
120 billion parameters. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I still don't trust it. I still ain't gonna use ChatGPT. I'd rather use Grok. But I'd really actually rather just use kind of like my own. But I don't think I'm smart enough to do that.
The timing was just insane. And I ran it and I was like, ooh, I did the thing. I was like, ah. It feels exactly like ChatGPT, but it's fast as. It's so fast. I can't read that fast. Can you read that fast? It's crazy. So I was like, I did it. I maxed out. But I think I can get it running on 4 GPUs. You see, to deploy AI, I use VLLM. You can do different things. I use VLLM, which means I have to stare at the VLLM loading screen. Running AI, everyone's hardware is going to be different and differently optimized. So you need to have like a little cookbook that you set of different parameters before you fire off that thing. And it takes a while for it to load up. And I've been staring at that loading for too long. I swear I understand what the
Nobody likes the loading
text means.
Man, I remember back in PS2 when they were like, there will be no more loading times for Tony Hawk American Wasteland. And then there was. It was just like, there was no loading screens. That's how they get you. It actually was just loading in game and it would just stop you and be like, loading.
Without being able to read it. That will never run. But then
we've made it full circle where we're getting loading times all over again.
When it does run, it's like, wow. I go, ah! Sorry, I need to stop doing that. But I realized I could probably run this model on 4 GPUs. Lo and behold, ChatOS runs on 4 GPUs. I'm like, I should be happy, right? But I'm not, because I want to max out. Can a guy just max out? Is that too much to ask? So if you math the math, I should be able to run a 240 billion parameter model. I should. And you know what? There is. Gwen 235B. But there's 2 problems. Number 1, I tried it and it never fucking runs. Number 2, even if I do get it running, I don't have enough memory to actually use it. I could maybe fart at it at best.
That was
and
so
it would
much.
die instantly. Maybe a little squeak back. I don't know if I'm lucky. But I thought, hell, for the sake of the memes, let's max out and get this thing running. And finally,
how do I max my computer out? I want to max out too, man. Maybe not with AI.
Runs. Oh. Let's go. I couldn't believe it. I was like, yes, I did it. Finally. I had to set this thing so it spreads out equally. I don't know if you knew that. So now you know that. To me, this felt like a huge win, but I decided to keep trying. I was like, okay, maybe I can load it with more tokens. So I double it and it runs. I was like, okay, nice. Now I can maybe sneeze at it. Maybe I could even do a little wave. Like, it's not practical is what I'm saying. But I double it again and it loads. I double it. It goes to 16,000, 32,000, 64,000. I get to 100,000 tokens on this bitch, which is practically a book. Like, amazing. I can actually run and use this model. 235 billion. Yeah. Chinese AI strikes again. This should not be possible. I remember I was troubleshooting this with
It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get so much worse.
Another AI and it kept going, stop. It's not gonna work. Stop. And I'm like, shut up. We're testing it out. Basically, it was just an optimized quant, if you must know. So thank you. Okay, but then another plot twist. As soon as I ran this model, that's when I realized I wish I never run this model. Too much power. I'm not even joking. I've been learning how to program as part of my tech journey. And then I saw this thing programmed locally offline on my computer.
That's what I want.
My soul just left my body. I was like, well, there goes that ambition. I'm just kidding, by the way. I still think it's an amazing skill to learn, and I've been enjoying it so much because
it didn't work. It didn't fucking work. No, you gotta get it to work.
It's like it takes up so much focus of your brain.
What I would end up using it for is to like have Wikipedia or something and use the AI to like get me stuff out of the Wikipedia articles that I have saved. That's like the only thing that I could think of that I would use AI locally on my computer for.
But I also find it really cool to see your own computer write code for you. When you host AI on your own, it's not going to be able to do anything. It doesn't have search, it doesn't have memory, it doesn't have any functions whatsoever. You can just talk to it. So I started giving it all these features, but I made itself give those features. I was like, Marzia, check this out, Marzia. The machine is making the machine. I don't know. I
That's
just thought
not
it was
good.
really cool.
That's really dystopian sci-fi. Especially when you got that much money. That's dangerous. That is so dangerous. That's how you get Ex Machina. That's how that happens. You just keep doing things and you're like, oh, I discovered something. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep doing it. What else can it do? And then, there goes the world.
Cool. Okay, welcome to my tutorial. No one has so far made it through the entire demo. So a true testimony to your attention span. This is like the meme of like, my buddy's gonna show you this. You have to pretend you like it. PewDiePie's gonna show his web UI. You have to pretend you like it. First of all, it has toggle sidebar. Check this out. It toggles. And look, toggles here too. Now if I want to talk to AI, I go, hi.
Oh man. Oh, you want to see something crazy that I figured out? Watch this shit. Watch this shit. This is crazy. You can do split view in Brave. I had no idea. Maybe that's a new thing. I want to start utilizing that though, because that's so cool. Anyway, how do I close this? There we go. Unrelated, I guess.
It's
kind of
really
related.
fucking fast. Like, damn. 216 tokens per second. It has audio as well.
Sure, here's a joke for you. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make things up.
Haha. So I started adding more features
That's like a 4th grade Laffy Taffy joke.
to the AI just to test it out. And because there are other options that you can self-host that are really good, but it was easier and quicker to just do it myself because it was so capable. And it looked more epic hackery because it matched my aesthetic on my computer. But then I started adding, you know, all these things like search and memory and RAG. And I was like, damn, this is getting good. You can cite your search in this, and these are all
Brave
privacy respecting and have free.
That's what I use. I use Brave.
Options, which I think is really, really important. If you ask this AI,
I'm a brave boy.
It calls me Felix Schürke, often abbreviated as Felix Schauber. It just makes up a bunch of information, but you give it search, and it's really accurate. I got really into building this web UI. I would love to share it for other people to use it because I want the principle of it to be private and being capable of running for free. A lot of times with self-hosting, they just want you to put API on everything. It drives me insane. If I have to watch one more YouTube video of an AI dude bro going, hey, okay guys, I'm just gonna waste your time giving a bunch of outdated information and then we're gonna put your API here and then another API here. You can't just API your way out of everything. How about you solve some problems for yourself? So instead I stole some code from a Chinese laboratory and now my
That's
AI
how you
has
do.
deep research.
That's how you do it.
It's okay to steal from China because China steals from you. The way research works is that it keeps expanding its knowledge based on what it finds. So it goes through different rounds and analyzes what it got, and based on that, it either keeps exploring different forks, which I think is really cool. I was really proud of it, but I wish I added more.
I saw learn Norwegian for free. Who wants to learn Norwegian? Bunch of people.
Feedback of what is going on while it searches, because it's kind of boring to look at. I can set how long I want it to search as well, which is...
Oh man, I love how he just kind of reaffirms the joke that I was making.
I think it's really cool. I could demo my web UI all day. I gave it so many cool things. I can summarize YouTube videos just like YouTube can, except it's actually useful. But the biggest reason why you should self-host AI, you put your lip to the camera and go blah, 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 and go blah, 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 blah.
No.
The biggest reason is because of memory. AI has memory, right? You probably noticed if you use ChatGPT. It remembers stuff about you, and a lot of times...
Yeah, it remembers like The Walking Dead remembers when you make decisions.
When I use
Not
it in
really,
the past,
it's way more complex than that.
it catches me off guard. I'm like, wait a minute, how do you know that?
AI will remember that, it says on screen.
Oh, I told you that. That's right. That's right. Okay. Well, I still don't want you to know that. Delete. Delete. And I heard friends talk about this too. Like, oh, yeah, I use incognito mode, or I'm careful with what I share with AI because I don't want them to know all this stuff. I delete all the chats to make sure it's gone. Do you think deleting the chat deletes the chat? Were you under the impression? Oh, I'm sorry. You were under the impression. No. Go to this link right now. That's where you have to go to delete your data. I discovered this by mistake because I was trying to just...
And also, It doesn't delete it. It doesn't delete it.
Cancel my subscription because I didn't need it anymore. But I was like, oh.
It still gets locked away somewhere. It still gets used before you delete it. So like, it's not like they wait and wait and wait. And then they're like, oh, well, I guess he's not going to delete it ever. So I guess now we basically have permission to use it. No, they use it right away.
So they collect your data and train on your data, even if you deleted it. Oh, yeah, that makes sense, I guess. And that's the whole point. With my de-googling video, I really fell down these two rabbit holes of online privacy, ironically, I know. And self-hosting AI in the middle, it just makes sense. Here's the best example I can make, because I had taken all the Google information that they had on me, and I had given it to my own AI with the RAG capabilities, which is fast retrieval of data locally on your computer. Sounds super boring, but it's actually really, really cool. And I had forgotten I had given it to it. So I was testing out random queries, and I was like, who am I? And it goes, oh, you're Felix Schellberg. Oh, you're Pewdiepie. This is your address. And here's your phone number. I'm like, ah! I mentioned RAG earlier, so I can ask, who is Marcia? And we will have to blur that, but it shows her phone number. And it did it in 0.37 seconds. And again, it was like, oh, I told it that. And it's my data on my computer. It's okay. It's okay. But I think that's the point. Like, there's something weird about AI knowing stuff about you. Even though Google has been doing the exact same thing forever. Just when you hear it back from AI, you're like, oh, this is weird. I don't like this. This doesn't feel good. But the best part is you can really fuck around. You know how people...
Oh, that's what I want to use it for. I want to fuck around and find out.
Say thank you to AI in case AI becomes sentient and they will spare you.
No, I do the opposite. Fuck the robots, man. Fuck those clankers. And I hope that they get offended by me calling them a clanker.
Well, let's just say I will be the first one eaten by the basilisk, okay?
Shut the fuck up. No one cares about your robot fan fiction. Know your fucking place.
Yeah,
trash. Right? Fucking robots. Don't give a fuck about no robots. They ain't got no soul.
Okay, let me ask you one thing. If you look up stuff online, how do you do that? Do not say you Google Schmoogler, or you use ChatGPT to look.
I actually use X or Grok. Mostly just X though. And then I'll find out where it is from there.
That up me, I consult my council, my councilman. I created my council. I have 8 GPUs that can run the same model. Each one of them is a different council member with different
It's the evil council from Kung Pao.
Personalities. So it's a democratic process.
They're French.
I consult my council, they all give me an answer, and then they vote. Democracy. Let's test out council. All right, we got a response. Snippet. Okay. Yeah, now they should vote. There we go. They've all voted. Oracle Maximum won. He's a new one. Okay. And they give me the best answer. My councilmen serve me. But there was a big problem with this. Because only a couple council members were actually useful. The rest were just garbage. No one ever voted for them. Trash. So of course,
that's about how democracy goes, right?
And replaced them with new ones. So I made a system that automatically generates new ones, different ones. So it's
like nobody voted you in. Why are you still here?
Constantly improving. But then I thought I could double win this and make sure that they know, really make sure that they know if they don't perform in the council, they're dead, gone. SQL database wiped forever. You mean nothing to me. This was a terrible idea. Because I was reading the logs of their voting process and they go, what is this sick game that someone came up with? I was like, what do you... It's not that sick. I'm not sick, what do you mean? How dare they speak of the council leader like that? And the worst part, they colluded against me. They started voting strategically, helping each other even. Betrayed by my own council. I wiped it. I didn't actually do that.
I kind of want to do this myself now. I wish I had the GPUs to actually do this, because this seems like it's really fun to play with.
I just changed the
and also kind of fucking scary.
Model to a dumber one, and problem solved. It's been really fun to create dumb.
Oh no, my AI got too smart. They started colluding against me. There's just something fucking hilarious about that, and also terrifying.
Stuff like that. that. I also made the Swarm.
I don't know what just happened there. Maybe the AI got mad at me. Maybe it heard me talking about torturing it.
Which prompts every single one of them at the same time, because I realize I'm an idiot. I don't have to run one AI per GPU. I can run many AI on one GPU. I don't know why that took me so fucking long to realize. And I realized I can run 64 AI in total. 64 at once, my own army. I tested this out, and again, terrible idea.
Well, that's how you learn. That's how you have fun. You just keep doing stuff till it breaks. And hopefully you don't accidentally cause the apocalypse.
Oh, the lag. Oh no. What happened? It doesn't lag at all.
And you're gonna end up creating something that generates a real-life robot using AI, and it's gonna be laggy and glitchy, like the thing that you built that's just gonna be, you know, terrible. And it's probably gonna glitch out and be like, hello, how are you? And just start karate chopping people.
It's just that my web UI, it can't handle it. So what can you do? But I realized two things about this. Again, two things I realized that are really cool. One, it's amazing at data collection, which I will use for my next thing. I'm making my own AI. I'm making an orb, my own Palantir. I was hoping to share it by the end of this video, but it takes a long time, so. The second thing, I was running these tiny models, 2B, only 2 billion parameters. You could probably run this. I think most computers can probably run this. You could run it on your phone, although it'll be very slow. But I realized smaller models are amazing. They're really dumb because they don't have any information stored on them. So they start hallucinating and coming up with gibberish. But
that sounds amazing.
You just give them search and boom. It adds a nanosecond to the query and that's it because they're so fast. You give them RAG and you have an amazing tool for fast information. I feel like that's what I think AI is good for. That's what I want to use it for. And that's when it hit me, like, you don't need this beast computer to run AI at all. It's all about the tool set you give it. Obviously, a model like that, it's not going to be able to code or do reasoning, like difficult questions and stuff like that. But there are smaller models that can still do those and perform really well as well, that are community made, which is really, really cool. Like, people are constantly making new models. To me, it's always fun to just test them out. I realize I like running AI more than using AI. With this computer, what I realized is it's amazing for training AI. I could actually make my own model.
Yeah, you know, this is why I have like 6 virtual machines set up on this computer. Because I really like to use them. I really like to play with them. There's not really a point for me to have them. I don't really actually use them for anything except for like, oh, there's a new feature? There's a new feature with Pop OS with Cosmic? I'm gonna check that out. Oh, there's a new... There's a new Linux OS that people are playing with. I want to check it out. What's this Cache OS that everybody talks about? And then trying to get that run, bro, trying to get that run in a virtual machine. It didn't work, actually. I didn't ever actually get that to work in a virtual machine. OpenSUSE was probably the most fun that I had running in a virtual machine, but I would never fucking use OpenSUSE as my main machine. No, thank you. I would rather just keep using Linux Mint.
Model. And I've been working on my own model. It's going to be a full fine-tune, but it takes a long time to do this, and I'm hoping to share that next month so you guys can try and self-host that one. All right, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching.
You're welcome. It scared the shit out of me, though. I want to try it out and scare the shit out of myself and hopefully don't cause the downfall of humanity. Man, I tried telling people. I tried convincing them online, but you just cannot. People are so cooked. They cannot take facts. They cannot. They only take what they read from the big headlines, from the big corporations, because they must be telling the truth 100% always, right? Like, why do you even fucking believe them? When I was pulling up the numbers for this, people kept bringing up, like, this is what Microsoft said about it. This is what IGN said about it. This is what this other giant corporation that is against regular people and lies and it only profits off of everything doing very, very well. And like talking about everything being very, very well. But like, dude, I'm so done. Because every single time they bring up these bullshit sources that it's so easy if you actually read it, you can see how they manipulate. Numbers out. Game Pass is officially a massive failure. Yeah, you don't say. I've been saying this. It's unsustainable. That's why they're having to completely pivot and they're having to change their whole entire strategy. And it's only going to get worse.
Game Pass is in a lot of trouble, and that's putting it nicely. We have a lot to cover in this video, and we're going to start with...
Dude, people were saying that Microsoft is the #1 game publisher in the world, and I'm like, according to who? According to who? From all of the sources that I see, that Tencent is doing the best, or Sony is doing the best. And Microsoft is like 3rd at the most.
Story from Insider Gaming discussing how Xbox revenue falls $113 million year over year, which it doesn't take a genius to realize that's not very good. Microsoft says that Xbox hardware sales have gone down 29%, leading to a roughly $113 million revenue loss year over year.
Yep, so they have to do price hikes, and that just makes everything worse because people don't want to pay the price hikes, or people get priced out, and then you sell even less. Like, I don't get it. It's like the people who are managing all of this shit, they're retarded. They're going to be replaced by AI.
News comes early in October. The company increased the price of Game Pass. Too much controversy.
Yeah, no shit.
Xbox, despite having some well-received titles recently, like Ninja Gaiden 4 and Outer Worlds 2.
What? What? Outer Worlds 2 is absolutely flopping. What are you talking about?
Has had a rough time recently. And I will say, by the way, like the overall...
If they didn't spend as much money as they did on Outer Worlds 2, if they didn't put as much work and as many years as they did on Outer Worlds 2, then sure, it would be successful. But it's not successful enough to make up for all of these failures.
Reception for both those games has been pretty much universally positive. The people that are playing the games are enjoying them and having fun with them. Like,
yeah, the people who are playing them, but there's not enough people playing them. They need every single player playing them. Like, they can't just go with the audience that likes them. They have to get new people on board, and that's not happening. I'm not even saying they're bad games. I never even say these games are bad, like Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm like, it's 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. But they spent $400 million on it there, and plus, and they still had to do the marketing for it, which costs even more. So it's just like, it doesn't matter how successful all of these products are. They're not successful enough. And even if they are, the next one has to be more successful. And then the next one has to be more successful.
Both fun games. But one key aspect that is really not a good look is both of them are not doing very well when it comes to concurrent player counts on Steam, which is typically a direct correlation to how the game is faring in sales and things like that, which kind of speaks directly to how Game Pass
and people say, well, you can't use the Steam sales as a metric because you don't know how they do on other platforms. Neither do you fucking morons. You don't either. But if it's not doing good on Steam, it's not doing good on Steam. Like, they need it to do good on Steam. That's the whole reason it's on Steam.
Is consuming and completely devouring any potential sales for a lot of first-party titles, specifically with Microsoft, but not limited to. Massive cancellations of Xbox.
If Steam wasn't such a big deal for these games, then why do they keep going to Steam? Why do they keep trying to have partnerships with Steam? Why do they keep having to compete with Steam? If Steam wasn't a big deal. Like, use your fucking brains, man.
Game Pass and even removal from Costco and Sam's Club, by the way, have not done well for the gaming team at Microsoft. Unfortunately, it's...
By the way, they said this wasn't happening. They said it wasn't being removed from store shelves, and it absolutely was. It's still being removed from store shelves. Then they're downsizing at places like Walmart and Target.
Seems like it has spread to its sales as the company reports a 2% loss in total revenue.
That's
Fiscal year
crazy.
2026, Q1 report from Microsoft, the company revealed that Xbox did not reach the same heights as it did last year. Xbox hardware revenue decreased 29%, driven by lower volume of consoles sold. Xbox content and services revenue increased 1% on a strong prior year comparable with growth in Xbox Game Pass and third-party content, offset in part by a decline in first-party content. Now, this is actually something that I've been screaming from the hilltops for what feels like years now, with all the acquisitions that Microsoft's been doing between Bethesda, Activision, Blizzard, and a slew of other massive companies over the years, they're buying up all these companies, putting out games that are not necessarily blowing doors. And
it really seems like they're pulling a Sega. That's what they're doing. And like the Xbox Series S and X kind of feels like what was the console before the Dreamcast? The Saturn, or was that after? Was the Sega Saturn before or after? I think it was before. It has to be before because Dreamcast was like the last one, wasn't it? No, I think it was. Hold on. What is with Brave and listing things like this side to side? Okay, I'm not using Brave. See, this is why I use Grok, because it gives me all of this information exactly how I want it. So Sega Saturn came out in 94. Okay. I didn't know because I'd never played any of these. And then you got Dreamcast. Dreamcast is what destroyed them, man. Is what destroyed them. But like, bro, Xbox Series X kind of feels like the Sega Saturn, where they just didn't have any games. And then the Dreamcast, that's probably what the next Xbox is going to be. And it's going to be way too expensive. By the way, is the reason why, pretty much, that Dreamcast died. It didn't have games. It didn't have very many. Plus, it was just way too expensive. And it lost out by the cheaper, better competitors. And that's really what Xbox feels like right now. It feels like they're doing too much to try and save themselves. And it's just throwing more fuel on the fire.
While they might be making their money back on the development costs of the game, they're not making any money back to pay for the studio that Microsoft bought, which is a problem if you're just basically breaking even. It's important to note that the mentioned 1% increase comes from splitting content and services away from the hardware, showing how each specific subsector is performing.
I think they're going to outsource their software to different hardware, and we're probably going to get like an Xbox OS or something like that for PC that you might have to pay for. You're probably going to have to pay for it. Probably going to be a subscription service.
Whether Xbox can regain ground from its loss remains to be seen. It recently announced that Halo Campaign Evolved is coming to PlayStation, continuing the company's third-party movement forward. Xbox is planning a big year in 2026 with releases like Forza 6, Clockwork Revolution, and Fable.
Yeah, well, I think Fable is delayed until 2027 or / until further notice. That's the rumors that I've been hearing.
And I gotta be honest,
they don't look good. That does not look good.
This is what the problem is, at least from my perspective. None of these games interest me.
Yep, I know that I'm not going to buy them. I'm definitely going to react to Fable because I know it's going to be a complete fucking disaster.
Like, I'm already out on all of them.
Yep.
It's like they're creating games for an audience that, sure, there are people that play these games, but for someone that's been playing games their whole life, I'd rather, I don't know, experience newer games, different games,
or old games that we haven't played before, or old games that we know are great that we want to replay.
IPs, just
indie games,
different stuff.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Maybe it's me, but
nope, it's not
it'll
just
be
you.
Interesting to see how it pans out and whether it can save face, regardless of how good its new games could be. And here's, by the way, that's what I wanted to follow it up with. And Grum sent me this, so shout out to him.
Dude, I got tired of all the online features of Forza 5, so I was out on it whenever I was playing it at a friend's house on Game Pass. And I was like, I got probably about halfway through it, and I was like, I'm fucking done with this game, man. It's just too much bloat. It's too bloated. Car packs, and then you could do a subscription if you want to get packs every month, and it was just like, nope, I'm out on it. Especially the fact that Forza 4 got removed from stores. That was my favorite one. That was my favorite Forza Horizon game. Forza Horizon 4.
You know what's bad? When you have one of the biggest shills in gaming, the journos that are starting to admit that it's not working out. We got Paul Tassi on Forbes who says subscription growth has...
Yep, now that the game journos are saying it, a bunch of morons that listen to all the game journos are going to come to my side and agree with me now. The thing that I've been saying the whole fucking time, and then I just get argued with, like, I'm arguing with the wall. Well, I don't actually argue. They argue with me, and then I'm just like, get owned, here's some facts. And then they argue some more, and I'm like, here's some more facts.
Flattened. So what does that mean for Xbox Game Pass and PS Plus? You might have seen this coming, given that Microsoft has not shared Game Pass sub numbers in 2 years, since January 22, but it's because in the wake of explosive pandemic growth, things have slowed quite a bit.
Things like GOG, services like GOG, I think those are the future. And I think Steam is going to have to start competing with GOG very, very soon. The more they get more games, the more people are going to hop over. I've already hopped over. I've been buying up GOG games left and right, dude. They keep releasing bangers for their, what is it called? Restoration program.
Now there's a relevant comment from someone who would know. Oh, here we go. Here we go, guys. The NPD's Matt Piscatella, who makes the point that subscription growth has flattened. I almost feel like they use Matt Piscatella to prove a point that they already have an outcome for, which, full disclosure, sometimes they can be right with that. And he says that total spending on console and PC subscriptions are just 10% of all spending. That is wild if that is true. That is wild.
I said this. Dude, I'm fucking right about everything when it comes to culture. I'm telling you. Because it all fits a pattern. It's like this has happened before. Like, they can't help but to repeat the same patterns of the past that caused the gaming industry to basically be shitified in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s. It's all happening again, but worse.
10% of spending is PC and console subscription services.
It's besides like what we have currently with subscription services and stuff. Well, kind of actually, because Dreamcast also had subscription services to be able to like use the internet.
As such, the idea that the industry is moving toward a Netflix-like ecosystem of subscriptions, erasing things like discs or one-off digital downloads, is not really going to be a thing. Like, I don't know, we've been screaming for how long about?
Yeah, we don't need more subscriptions, bro. And the more we get, the more people are like, oh, this cool new subscription, the worse it gets, because more competitors come out. And then Microsoft is like, oh, actually, Xbox's biggest competitor is TikTok. What the fuck are you talking about?
And they keep trying to push forward with it because at the end of the day, it's not about convenience. It's about control and money. If you can do digital downloads, you can control the availability for the product that you're selling. You can control the price of it. You can control everything about it. You can take it away. You can give it back to the person. All the control. If someone has the disc, you can't do anything to them with it. This is relevant for both Microsoft
or if they have the file, such as GOG. I mean, they could take away your ability to download the file, but if you've got the file, it's DRM free. You've got the file.
And Sony in particular in different ways. Microsoft obviously has a huge amount invested in the idea of the Xbox ecosystem, something that hinges on widespread Game Pass adoption.
Well, they're going to have to do better than the PC ecosystem because that's really, really who they're competing with. They just don't want to admit it because PC is getting bigger, it's getting better. Linux is getting better, it's getting bigger.
For play on Xbox or PC or cloud streaming across all manners of devices. But if growth has flattened to the point where Microsoft isn't even comfortable sharing milestones, you have to wonder what happens when costs go up and up and up for massive AAA games launching directly on Game Pass.
Exactly.
If the growth is not there to justify it. I'll tell you
the prices go up, then they have to make more money, and if they make more money, the next one has to be bigger and better and make more money, and it keeps having to go like that, and it keeps getting bigger. The snowball keeps getting bigger and bigger as it goes faster down the hill.
Too. There is no game in particular, for me at least. I can't speak for everyone. I can just speak for myself. There's no game that Microsoft's going to come out with that I'm going to be like, oh, I'm going to subscribe to Game Pass this month for that game.
Yep.
That doesn't happen. And I'll go one step further. If it did happen, it would literally be, I would sub for it, and then I would set the cancellation date for the end of the month. If that ever did happen. It's not something that I would ever do.
Yeah, I'd rather just wait for it to come out on PC. because eventually it will. All games do nowadays. And if it doesn't, oh well, I'll spend my money elsewhere. There are so many things coming out. There's so many great games that I haven't played that have already come out that I'd rather just spend my money on that. Like, I don't give a shit. I have no FOMO whatsoever. Like, get out of here with that. My light messed up somehow.
I've head on into and be like, yep, this is the way it is now. Like, no, I would much rather purchase and own the game or have it downloaded on Steam where I can play it whenever.
I don't even get games on Steam anymore. Like, I just use GOG. I mean, I still play games on Steam. I still have games on Steam that I play. It's not like I'm just going to go over to GOG and just rebuy the games, because that would cost way too much money. I have too many games on Steam. But from, like, the day, I don't know, what was it, like 2 months ago, 3 months ago? Since then, I've just been buying games on GOG for like $2, $5 at a time.
I want to, and not stress about time frames or feel like I'm wasting money on something that I'm not utilizing. Whereas if you buy a game and you don't play it right away, you'll still have it 10 years from now and you can play it then. So it's not technically like a waste of
Dude, I got games that I bought 10 years ago that I still haven't fucking played. I still haven't played Witcher 3, and I've had it since like 2016.
money. Whereas if you're paying for time and the time is gone and you didn't play anything, you wasted money. So it's a massive
Like, I still haven't played Project Zomboid. I played it a little bit. I've had that game for years too. Don't Starve, had that game for years. I played it a little bit.
difference. Massive difference. Fortunately, Microsoft, the nearly $3 trillion company now, may not care. But I'm not sure how long this claim that Game Pass itself is profitable will stand. I can guarantee you.
Especially as they keep enshittifying themselves. Like, it doesn't matter that you keep making all of this money. $3 trillion. Like, you don't have that money. That's just how much the company is worth. And it can all collapse overnight. Especially if you get too big. There is a ceiling, by the way. There's only so much money in the world that you can make.
There is some funny business going on with the numbers if they're saying Game Pass is profitable. I don't know how that, like, they'd have to be ignoring the cost of the development for the games going into it.
Oh, they're ignoring a lot of things.
And if they cut all that out of it, all the lost revenue from the game's creations, then yeah, of course it's profitable. If you don't incur the cost of the games going into Game Pass. On Sony's side, PlayStation has been struggling with the idea that they do not have the equivalent subscription service. PS Plus only offering older games and new releases, having their reach limited by being released on PlayStation only, and if players are lucky, on PC a long while after. So while Sony still has big initial sales, there's no equivalent ecosystem here for them like Xbox to broaden their reach. I always think that's done on purpose. I feel like PlayStation doesn't want to corner themselves into a situation where they end up like Microsoft. Games Radar, revenue from
It's almost like Microsoft has no choice to do all of this.
subscriptions like Xbox Game Pass has barely grown in 2 years,
And it's going to stop growing.
potentially explaining Microsoft Studio closures. Not, I would remove this potentially word. Like,
Yeah, also all the woke stuff. That really does not help, bro. The woke stuff and how much money you were spending on it, expecting every single player to be on board, and then starting these hate campaigns, because I know that it comes from straight up these corporations, all these hate campaigns for people who don't want to play DEI games that they've spent $300 million plus on.
It is. That is the canary in the coal mine. When they had the massive layoff in July of this year, I'm like, well, anyone that was claiming Game Pass is a roaring success.
And we just had more massive layoffs, and we're going to get more massive layoffs in January. Guaranteed.
This is proof positive that it's not. A company doesn't do the kind of layoff that Microsoft does if their main product that they're trying to sell is doing well. Revenue from gaming subscriptions has reportedly barely increased in the last 2 years in the US, which might help paint a clearer picture around Microsoft's recent studio closures. By the way, this was one of those, the board executives, the Phil Spencers, the Sarah Bonds, the suits at the company, all selling to the shareholders and the board executive members of this is the future. It is the hockey stick growth straight up to the moon. This is the future of gaming. We have to pour all our resources into it to get to that outcome. But based off of the trajectory right now, I can prove to you guys that Game Pass will just continue to make infinite money. And they're proving it to them by using these sales and charts initially. Whereas I could have told them, well, obviously there's going to be a market for it, but it's not an endless market of infinite people that will dive into this. So they went head on into something, completely destroying their brand. Microsoft, as a company, when it comes to gaming, I don't even know what they stand for anymore, what their culture is. It's been ruined,
Money.
shit on,
Money.
pissed on. What even is Xbox anymore?
In their dream of chasing the most money possible, they lose the most money possible. That, like, they need to actually find something that they're chasing after besides more and more and more money. They need to be building towards something and have a reason to do that. Otherwise, like, they're gonna collapse, and it's gonna happen overnight, and nobody's gonna expect it. And then whenever those of us who called it and everybody's hating on us, whenever it happens, we're gonna be gloating. We're gonna be like, we fucking told you. We warned you, we've been warning you. And it happens every time. Every single time. We warn them, we warn them, we warn them. Everybody says, no, 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 it's not happening. And then it happens. Because we see the patterns. We're always right.
Donate to the PayPal.